The showcase title is here for the taking, and PlayStation has left the door open for Xbox. What do we think needs to be here at the upcoming Xbox showcase for Xbox to come out with a big, much-needed win? As always, let's talk about it. Good morning, evening, or afternoon. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the XP Podcast, episode 53. It's official. We moved past the 1 year mark. It's exciting. There's 52 weeks in a year, Logan.
Say what?
That's crazy. Anyway, this is for this episode's for the final week of May and the first couple days of June 2023. As always, I'm your host, Mike C. Joining me once again, every time, all the time, is the Birdman himself, Logan B. Who apparently doesn't know how many weeks are in a year.
No, I was just trying to think real quick. That I got it. You know, brain don't work. But welcome, everybody. Welcome to the XP Podcast. Welcome to episode 53. As Mike said, it's past a year. Here we are. So we got some pretty exciting news to talk about, at least for me. I had some pretty exciting thing, a pretty surprising showcase that I totally forgot was coming up that we're going to be talking about this episode. So very interested. Mike's going to be talking about a movie you went to go see, a couple movies actually. Very excited to hear about those. And yeah, just pretty good week. Surprise. So again, a lot of good surprises in here, and yeah. Other than that, had a pretty good, well, today wasn't great, but I already talked to Mike about this previously, so I'm not going to bring it up again. It's a bit of a private thing, but not a great day. Yep, you got me. It's official, guys.
Oh God, someone's going to try to cancel us for me making a herpes joke. By the way, this is the best green shirt I have. I don't own green shirts, so that's all I got. It's a blue-green shirt.
I didn't even mean to wear this, so...
No. I figure we're talking about Xbox. Oh, shit, hold on.
That's fair. I got my Xbox controller, though, here.
There we go. Got my light turned on.
Represent everybody. There we go. I'm here. I got my controller here. I was playing Elden Ring, actually, before we got on, so...
That light actually looks kind of fire.
I do like it. I like the white controller you have. I like that, it's like, it goes from, like...
Yeah, the...
Lucent to
they call it
solid.
Crystal. So yeah,
I like that. Dude, you know what controller I really wish I got back in the Xbox?
This is an Xbox One controller. I don't have a 360.
Yeah, I know. Dude, you know, that is actually something I hope they bring back, by the way. So I have two topics real quick. One, I really wish they brought back the big Xbox One controllers. I actually prefer them over the Series controllers. They're just too small for my hands.
Yeah, here we go. Let me make the real move here. Let me get this pretender out of the way.
Oh, I got this. Wait. Like, so for example, this is
the pretender out of the way and put the real one there.
Here, and like this in my hand, it's like it's not bad, but like it's too small. But
it's too small in your hand. You're pretty experienced with that, huh?
Yeah. But
oh God, I'm on another.
This is like the Xbox One controller. The lead is like more the Xbox One controller, and that feels so much better.
Yeah, I think you're gonna love the DualSense Edge when you grab it, because it's the same like build as the regular DualSense, but it's a little heavier.
Yeah,
it's nice.
The other topic I was gonna bring up about that controller was I really wish I got the Gears of War 5 controller that came out. I really loved that. Like it was like all translucent. It looked like ice, pretty much. Kind of going off of like my theme on my desk here. I have a Rainbow Six Siege black ice mouse that I absolutely love. I think it looks awesome. There's no way I can really show it without literally pulling the cord out of my PC and shoving it up here. But
you're talking about the silver and blue one?
No, it's blue and like translucent white. It's a black ice. What is the brand?
Oh, it's not Xbox controller?
Steel Series black ice mouse. I absolutely love it. Look it up. It's super cool. It only came out for a very short amount of time, but it was like one of the first things I bought for my PC, actually, even before the PC in general, was this mouse, and I love it. It's super cool. I just love the look of it. I like the black ice skin from Rainbow Six Siege a lot. I think it looks awesome. So
I thought you said this was a controller, not a mouse.
no, I was talking about the Gears of War 5 ice skin that was like the controller. Yeah, because they also had a Xbox come out, an Xbox One X come out that was also like an ice skin of like an Xbox. I don't know why I'm obsessed with that, but I just think it looks so cool, the ice look, the stuff. So, but I'm getting way off topic. I've had a pretty good week. Been a very hot week. I've been sweating a lot this week. Every day I get home, I'm like, dude, okay, shut up. Okay, I work in a warehouse with no AC. I don't want to hear it. Okay,
I work
understand.
outside, all right? I got your
Okay,
beat.
well, it's like an oven in this place. Okay,
That's true.
It's still really hot, but yeah, I've been sweating. It's been a pretty hot week, but pretty good. You know, pretty chill week, but nothing really super exciting has happened. Tomorrow though, I'm gonna be seeing a movie that Mike's gonna be talking about, so I'm very excited to go see it tomorrow. But yeah, pretty good week. So, what about you, Mike? How was your week?
Hot, sweaty, annoying. Started up school, so that takes up a little bit more time than I thought it was going to. So, still trying to play some game. We'll play one game, but yeah, getting back in the swing of being in school again is weird. I don't like it, but that's pretty much it. I got nothing else. Oh, I did make one decision. I told you I was going to talk to you about. Since we were talking about controllers, I might as well throw it in here. I moved to the high stick on my pro controller. You're muted.
Really? No, it's not muted.
Oh, it just didn't pick you up. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I moved to the high stick on the aiming side. Works great. So much better than the low stick. Because, like, there are a lot of times where, like, I would move the low stick and it would just, like, snap around. And the high stick actually, I don't know why, but it does give you more movement. Don't ask me how it works, but
I know I can see why, but I can't stand it, man. I don't know how you do it. I've tried it. It's just like, I don't know. Doesn't feel right.
by the way, I do appreciate you last night going to a really crappy build on Call of Duty so I could actually get some good games in. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. Started having fun
Dude,
at the end there.
actively, dude, that's the way to do it. I'll just use shitty builds every time I play with you. So it'll be a good time. But
all right. Yeah, I don't have too much to talk about. So we got a long episode, so let's jump right into it. We start the week, as always, with question of the week. And this one is simple. We've had two pretty big games get scores this week, and it has brought up a question in a lot of people's minds. A question I'm now going to pose to Mr. Birdman. Sir, are we experiencing the best year of gaming? Or if not the best, at least a top echelon year?
so far, this year's been pretty good so far.
I'll say, let me run through the list real quick and just get it.
Yeah.
Yes, we've had some stinkers, but for every Blood Bowl, Redfall, Forspoken, and other things, we've had RE4, Tears of the Kingdom, Street Fighter, Diablo 4, you know, Octopath Traveler,
Hogwarts Legacy,
which
I keep forgetting that came out this year. I don't know
Jedi
why.
Survivor, all those things, and we still have Spider-Man, Starfield, Final Fantasy 16. We still have some other huge games. There was one that I wanted to throw out, but I can't remember it. Anyway, moving on. I think when we're done with this year, we can look back at it and say, yeah, there was a lot of dumb stuff happening. You know, PC gaming was non-existent, but overall, this was a banger year for video games. I think it's shaping up to be. There's just, especially with the bang bang release of Street Fighter 6, just absolutely nailing what they were going for. People are calling it the best fighting game in a decade, if not longer. And then Diablo 4 coming back in and seemingly fixing a lot of the problems that longtime people had with Diablo, with its progression and its world structure and all the things that Diablo 4 is doing right. We had essentially back-to-back 90-plus games, which Logan got, not Logan, but Worthy got both of them, which is very annoying. But, and Logan's leaving again. Bye, Logan. Anyway, I'm just saying, man, we've had some bad games, and we've had some annoying stories with PC ports and all that. But the amount of quality we have gotten this year, I think, is on a level we haven't seen since maybe like 2018. You know, when they went Red Dead, God of War,
Well, by the end of
Spider-Man.
this year, I think by the end of this year, it definitely is a 2018 kind of year for sure. I mean, we still got Starfield, we still got Spider-Man 2, which are two very big games coming out by this year. I guess Final Fantasy is coming out also very soon. So honestly, this is kind of like pretty much another 2018 in my opinion. I think we've gotten a lot of really good games. It's kind of hard to remember some games. Like for example, I don't know why I keep forgetting
Hi-Fi
Hogwarts.
Rush.
Yeah, Hotwheels Rush was also insanely good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's another game.
I mean, you look at
like I'm forgetting.
2018, Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Forza Horizon 4, Celeste, Shadow of the Colossus remake, Spider-Man is on here just down on the list a little bit. Dead Cells, the original release of that, which I know is smaller, but it's still a huge scoring game. Like 2018 was a banger, dude. I remember that year. I was like, dude, there's so much stuff to play. Beat Saber came out in 2018.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's hard year to beat, but I mean, I think if everything nails if everything down the line nails it, I think it's going to be another high quality year. Because like last year was good, but I mean, it was really carried by Elden Ring and Horizon at the top of the year, and then God of War at the end of the year. There was a lot of really good smaller stuff, but not a whole lot of absolute spectacular things in the middle. Like, I'm looking through the list here, and I mean, Gran Turismo 7, but that's a very particular high mark. Yeah, not much else is on here, honestly, other than those three big
No.
ones from last year.
And
I mean,
the year before that was
there's high
even
scoring
weaker.
games, but it's like it's not like the big budget. The year before that was Forza Horizon 5, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Oh yeah.
What else? It Takes Two, Deathloop somehow is up there, which annoys me, but yeah, Tales of Arise up there. But yeah, no, it's again like we haven't had that year in a while where all the big games come out and they hit. Like again, not everything is hit this year. I understand that. I'm not saying everything has been perfect.
I will say though, a lot of games this year have been landing in that 90s area, which has been very impressive. I mean, compared to last year, I don't really feel like we got a lot of those, but this year we've been getting a lot up there, like teetering that 90, a lot more than we did last year, in my opinion.
I'll tell you, last year was 90 games, and a couple of those were collections. You got the Stanley Parable collection, Portal collection, and a DLC for Dead Cells. This year we're already at 6.
Yeah, that's insane. And we still got Spider-Man and Starfield, and then I know there's and Final Fantasy. So who knows? I mean, heck, I still can't believe Street Fighters though. That's insane.
And we still got Forza to come out this year. Well, hopefully at least. I guess hopefully. Yeah. So I think it's easy to say, oh, and then there's Armored Core 6 just hanging out. Which who knows if that's going to be as good as I'm expecting it to be, but and then there's always the hope and dream of Helldivers. Which, by the way, nobody gives a shit about. I'm very annoyed that nobody fucking cares.
Not a single person I've watched has even said anything about it. Like,
Dude,
actually, it's kind of funny.
On our predictions, DJ and Worthy were like 75. I'm like, y'all don't know. The first Helldivers has like an 85 on OpenCritic.
I know. That's why I looked it up. I looked it up and I'm like, okay, sure, yeah, rate it low, guys. Because I'm like, it's definitely going to score higher than that, and I think it actually does look really good. But yeah, no one talks about it in the showcase, which I think is kind of weird, because I feel like I don't know. I guess maybe I didn't know much about it either, so it's kind of fair that a lot of people really don't know much about it. It seems like it's one of those games that came out back. You said like at the beginning of the PS4, right?
2015, I think.
Yeah, so that's damn close to the beginning of the PS4. That's a year after it came out.
No, it's a year and a half. It came out in 2013 in November.
Mm-hmm.
And then, March of 2015 is when Helldivers came out. So we were still kind of in that window where, Uncharted 4 hadn't arrived yet. Things were kind of still, Horizon hadn't arrived yet. God of War hadn't arrived yet. These things hadn't been here yet, so. By the way, there was a stat I read the other day. What the hell was that? I think I might have already said that. Did you know that Skull and Bones was announced before we ever played God of War 2018?
Yeah.
That's wild to me. And we've already played the sequel, and Skull and Bones still isn't out yet.
Because Skull and Bones, I think, got announced like
2017.
what? Yeah, because it was like not far after like Black Flag came out in 2013, right? I think it was 2013. It was one of the launch games
Yeah.
for Xbox One and PS4.
So the team that made Black Flag hasn't made a game in 10 years. And a lot of people say, well, neither does Rockstar. I'm like, yeah, but I'm fairly confident the next Rockstar game is going to be...
Rockstar, there's a reason why they take so long. They make some of the most beautiful and honestly best open world games I've played.
And also, that's not fair because Rockstar made Red Dead Redemption 2 5 years after GTA. Mm-hmm. Now, yes, GTA 6 is taking a little longer than I think most of us thought it was going to take, but we're moving into the 6th year now almost. Since Red Dead Redemption 2, it'll be 5.
No, it's about 5.
October. Yeah, it'll be 5 in October.
Which would literally, that's why I'm saying I still believe by the end of this year we're gonna get it announced. Like I think they are going to have.
It's not released
this year. No. But they're gonna announce it by the end of this year, and I think it's coming out next year for sure. I full-heartedly believe it's coming out next year.
You think they walk on stage during Summer Game Fest? That would be fucking. That would be wild.
That would be pretty hype.
Thursday. By the way, I did want to announce we are doing a live reaction, a live stream to the Summer Game Fest. We're in the same format as last time. We're just going to sit down. Well, I guess the same format as everybody's. We're going to watch the show. So we don't do a different format here. So we're going to sit down and watch that. You guys will get it probably Thursday night or early Friday morning, depending on, when the show gets done, when Logan and I can sit down and watch it. But we're very excited about that. Hopefully it does a little better than PlayStation Showcase video. I still have no clue how that is down there, and Final Fantasy is up past 1,000. I don't know what went wrong, what happened there. I don't know. The YouTube algorithm was doing its magic, but whatever. But all right, I think it's clear to say yes, we are experiencing one of the best years in gaming. I don't think we need to linger too long on this. What do you think? Sure, let's. Think so. I was just gonna move on. So.
No, but I mean, yeah, like. We have some of the best games coming out this year. I mean, some of my favorite games of all time have come out this year, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm going to say this year's been pretty damn good.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know for some reason, actually, yes, this is a lot of reasons, but this is, in fact, the XP Podcast, our weekly video game and pop culture news podcast here on the Experience Point, where Logan and myself sit down with y'all and talk about all the news stories and happenings inside and out of the video game world. We we post a new episode each and every Monday. We post a new episode each and every Monday at 8 a.m. so you can listen to it throughout the week or whenever you desire. You can find us on most of the popular podcasting services, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. If you enjoy what we're doing here on the XP Podcast, please go over, show us some support on our Patreon, where you get to be a part of our weekly discussions. Give us your opinions on everything we talk about and everything we don't. You'll also be able to find all of our uploads there, along with any exclusive episodes we may post. Links for that, as always, are in the description down below, or you can simply go to patreon.com and search Experience Point, spelled capital X, capital P, ERIENCEPOINT. However, we understand the world out there kind of sucks, so if you don't have any money to send our way, don't worry. We still love and appreciate you for listening to us and being a part of what is hopefully a growing community. You can also go over to our YouTube channel where you can get this show and all of our shows in video format. Please, if you do, don't forget to give us a like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification icon so you can be aware of everything we post when we decide to post it. New episode reminders for you. Like I said, coming up is the Summer Game Fest live reaction. That'll be out Thursday night or Friday morning, whenever the hell I get to it. Also, you can go check out last week's episode where we gave you our PlayStation Showcase review, and we introduced a new review ideology here at the Experience Point. I'm actually really happy about it. I think it's way easier to put scores on things. We're giving you 2 scores coming up here shortly. We also talked about where the hell has Naughty Dog been and a bunch of other PlayStation news. Prince of Persia Remake and Bioshock 4 seem to be in a ton of trouble, plus so much more. So go check out that episode, hear what we have to say about everything that happened last week, and come on back and hear what we have to say about everything this week With all that out of the way, though, let's in fact get into this week's show. In our point of the show, we are giving you our predictions for the Xbox Game Showcase 2023 happening in just over a week's time from this date, a week and 1 day. In Around the Point, PlayStation makes a baffling ass announcement. Redfall Devs didn't even want to finish the game. MetaQuest unveils the Quest 3 and so much more. Then, in LTR, we dive into the reviews for this week's games, but as always, before we get to that, it's time for what is and forever will be the Rundown, where we catch up on all things pop culture that we've been doing, whether it be gaming, TV shows, movies, books, or comics. It doesn't matter to us because we like it all and love to talk about it. So, Mr. Birdman, take it away.
All right. So, what did I do this week? I played more Tears of the Kingdom. That's a game I've been playing. It's fun. It's great. I actually didn't really make that much progress this week. I've been kind of not exactly taking a huge break, but I kind of wanted to play a little bit more different games and mess around with other things. So I kind of taken a sort of little break this week from Tears of the Kingdom. So I only got I think I only played for 2 hours this week. So I'm still at 55 to 58 hours in the game. Absolutely love it. It's really fun. Again, if you have a Switch and you like Zelda, or even if you've never played Zelda before and you played Breath of the Wild or something like that, I think this game's worth it. It's really good. It's fun. I actually came upon something really cool the other day that was awesome. I went on this little side adventure, and it ended up being quite long and had a lot of steps to it, and it was actually really cool. And I ended up getting an armor set from it, and I'm like, this is kind of sick. This is cool. It even ended up with this awesome boss fight I had to do, and I was like, this is kind of cool. Again, giving me a lot of Elden Ring vibes, and I absolutely love that. So, and the other thing, real quick, I want to get into is we've been playing Mafia 2. You heard us earlier. It's Mafia 2. It's a good time. Yesterday I helped Mike with not making skill-based matchmaking as bad by purposely handicapping myself with shitty weapons in the game.
Hey, I did give you a
So-
banger of an M4 build, though, so
That's true. That was really good. I do like that build a lot.
I think
But yeah,
is a
yesterday,
laser.
all I was using was literally just playing with a pistol and trying to get hipfire kills. So I really wasn't doing great, especially with the EBR when we were doing those first few games. Dude, those games were rough. The
These were
EBR
bad
sucks.
for me.
Yeah.
It got better at the end of the night, but
Yeah, it's Marvel 2. It's a good
Yeah.
time. I still like it. I still think this is easily one of the most fun Call of Duties I've played. So maybe it's just because I'm hanging out with friends, but it's just a good time.
I want to say I'm not a big fan of a lot of the maps. I know we talk about it when we're playing. I don't really like a lot of them. I fucking hate Lighthouse so much. God, I hate that stupid map. It's too damn big. We talk about, we don't like Tark because it's campers. I never remember the name of it, but the Coliseum one that we have just developed into hating because every single game we play on it is just a sweat fest of people that
I feel like that map is now all it's ingrained in my brain is literally the most try-hard map in the game. Every time I play it, dude,
I'm gonna start calling it the docks map. It's the docks map for us. A couple of the maps I like. I like the Mercados Las Almas, the kind of marketplace one. I really, really like that. I still love Farm 18. Farm 18 is fun as hell. I adore Farm 18. Shipment is Shipment. We played a little bit last night.
Which, again, isn't new. It's a remake map, but,
Yeah.
everyone knows it's fun.
I don't hate Museum. Museum is one of the mad maps for me. I think the middle pathways are a little too long and it leads to camping. I think Call of Duty is at its best when the map design doesn't encourage you to snipe or camp. It encourages you to keep moving and checking your corners and all that. What's that one that has that really small middle pathway with the two big buildings surrounding it that you can go up on the roofs and all that? I like that one. It might, Embassy. I like Embassy.
I like Embassy a lot. Yeah, that's.
And then of course there's Raceway.
Crown Raceway is good. Yeah,
I think it's the best, honestly. I just think it's so cool. Other than the fact that it does have that long left side pathway that I always see a sniper glint every time I round a corner. But so I just avoid that. And then apparently people have just started camping in the trailer off to the left side, just sitting in there for endless amounts of time. but I can't control how they do.
I also like the other map that barely ever pops up, but it came out on the second half of last season. I don't know the name of it because I've only played it like 5 times since it's come out because it never shows up. But it's that one that's at like a resort or whatever. I actually really like that map.
Oh yeah.
That's a good, but it never shows up, so it's easy to forget it because it's like it literally never shows up. I've played that map like 5 times since release because it never shows up in the map rotation. It's the same few maps to show up in a map rotation. They need to like I don't know boost it up a little bit because I barely see that map.
I will say, as
Black
I've
Gold
kept
is also a shitty map. You
Black
almost
Hole's the
forgot that.
worst,
Oh,
dude.
God, I hate that map. I like Lighthouse because compared to Tark at least, I think Tark is far more sniper driven. Whereas Lighthouse, I know it's big, but there is so much cover spots that I don't feel like it's as sniper driven. Even though it's a big map, which yes, they could probably shrink it down just a little bit. I think that map plays way better than Tark ever does because it still, yes, does have the sniping spots, but it also isn't super sniper driven to the point you can't flank them. Whereas Tark, there's not really many ways to flank people. It's basically you just hide in buildings and then hopefully you don't get sniped. That's what Tark is. I don't know what the full name of it is, but
one of the new map. It's just Tark.
oh, it is. Okay,
Yeah,
so I
it's
was
just
right.
Tark.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the new maps that we did not like when it first came out, when we first started playing season 3. Then the more I've played, the better I've got at maneuvering around it, and I actually really enjoy it. Is the new hatchery map. I actually like hatchery now. I've learned kind of how to maneuver around it and what the angles are that you really. It's the new one. It's like the Alberta hatchery one or whatever. It's a new one that we started playing when we started playing.
Oh yeah, that I actually like that map,
When we first thought of it, people were just camping on the buildings and sniping you all the time, and we fucking hated it. But
again, that map barely pops up, so I always forget it exists. So
as I play it quite a bit when I play it by myself, but as I've learned to play it, and as I've learned like what angles to like not just run around because there's probably a sniper looking at that angle. Once I've learned that, I've become actually pretty good. Well, good for me, not when I play with you, but good when I play with me. But yeah, so I don't know why we just detailed all the maps. I don't know. It felt like a natural conversation.
Yeah, we literally just basically did a rank them within a small
we
little
just ranked
segment.
them. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. I, for some reason, have just found myself that's really the only thing I want to play right now. I don't really feel like grinding out the platinum right now on Star Wars Jedi. Not that it's as annoying or anywhere close to as annoying as Fallen Order's platinum is. It's just not. I just don't really feel like playing that right now. I'm kind of just waiting. I'm just playing Call of Duty. I don't want to ruin, Final Fantasy 16 by playing another like game or something like that, like a story driven. I'm kind of just waiting. I'm like, I'll play Call of Duty until FF16 comes out, and then I am gone for 2 weeks. You'll never see me. There's gonna be a cardboard cutout with me here, and Logan just talking to himself. So, but no, I'm obviously joking. But I can't wait for FF16. Previews of
being serious.
Previews have launched now, and a lot of people. There's some people that aren't too high on it, but I can't fucking wait, dude. So it may not score the 91 that I predicted, but I still think it's going to be a good score, and I feel like everything that is being said, I'm going to love this game. Because literally the world design and the map design is quickly becoming my favorite. The God of War, Jedi Survivor, that, open kind of area, but very structured, like story focused structured. Like, here's the path, but you do have these open areas to play around with. I don't really know what to call that genre of map design, but I'm gonna call it God of War genre. I'm really starting to fall in love with that. From God of War, from Star Wars Jedi Survivor has the same kind of ideology in its map design, and from what I hear, Final Fantasy 16 has those open areas with the more linear like pathways and all that you take. I'm quickly falling in love with that design because it like gives me both the open world but the focus of a narrative driven game. They've said that's what Final Fantasy 16 is. I know you have a weird face because I guess you're looking it up, but they said they have open areas with narrative structure. I don't know what you're looking up.
I was just typing.
Oh, just fake typing. Okay, no, I'm done. No, I want to save the movies to the end. I want to get through all the games first. So you haven't watched a single movie, so I guess I'll just so.
Okay. Well, what else I did this week? Well, let's throw in a big surprise here. Street Fighter 6 demo demo, not the game. I didn't get the game fully, but I randomly on YouTube the other day, I just came upon a couple of YouTubers. I think one of them was Spear Hunter, which she does a lot of really interesting videos about like horror games and stuff, and like she's a big Capcom person from what I could tell. So she made a video about the new Street Fighter 6. And she kind of got me like interested in it. I'm like, this kind of sounds kind of cool. Like it sounds like a fighting game I would enjoy. And then I also came upon another channel that I think it's Game Ranks or whatever, where they do Before You Buy, and they did a whole Before
I
You
love
Buy
Game
about
Ranks. I watch them all
yeah,
the time.
I watch all their videos. I love it. But Street Fighter 6 was the one they made most recently, and again, it kind of got my attention because with the new Street Fighter 6, they implemented something that really did catch my. Well, there's two things. One, I think the World Tour thing actually looks super cool. The more I've watched gameplay on it and everything, it seems kind of like how a lot of people have compared it to. It's like Yakuza, where usually it's kind of like you walk around these things and then randomly people come up and fight you and all that. It kind of has that same kind of vibe to it, and it's very surprisingly RPG driven, where you get like certain outfit pieces, and it helps like with certain aspects of your fighting and everything. It actually looks super fun. Like it actually looks like something I actually really want to play. But
Yeah, I said
also
from the
the
get go
implement,
that World Tour
yeah.
looked awesome. So
But then I didn't, for some reason I never heard any of this in marketing. But I think one of the even bigger things that excites me, and it's one thing that I love about Smash Bros. That I feel like most fighting games just do not do very well, and that is accessibility. And Street Fighter 6 implemented a new thing called modern fighting control. So they still have classic, normal Street Fighter, then there's modern, and then there's like you give it to your little brother controls called dynamic mode, which is basically everything does for yourself. But modern is basically Smash Bros controls. Literally, it's basically Smash Bros. And I'm like, hell yeah. Now you got me. You got me because that's what I love about Smash Bros so much. It's so basic, but if you really get down with the character, you could do some very advanced stuff with it. And that's kind of like how it feels with this game. Like they give you this thing called modern controls, which is basically a cut down, a little bit more simplified control scheme where you could do like your supers and all that with like one button and all that. And I played it on the demo, and I'm like, this is actually really fun. Like I'm actually having a great time. I wish I could have tried World Tour mode. I kept seeing a lot of people say online that you could play World Tour mode in the demo. I played the demo. There's no World Tour, so I don't know what demo they played, but I can't play it. So I did the 1v1, and I tried both Ryu and I don't know the other guy's name, but he's the guy in the front cover. And so I played as both of them, and it was really fun. I feel like the tutorials are really good. I like the control scheme with the modern one. It makes, for me, who is a casual fighting fan, clearly, I think probably the most insane I've gotten is Smash Bros, where I actually got really good at it, but I'm definitely not a pro. I would still count myself as very casual. But Street Fighter 6 actually kind of has me excited, and it kind of makes me wish Mortal Kombat would kind of take some pages from their book with this, because I would love for them to kind of implement the same kind of fighting style, because then it gets more people that want to play your game. And the good thing is, too, they have this balance. So if you want to play online, you could still use the modern controls, but it's balanced because you do less damage. So you get like a 20% reduction to damage when you use modern instead of using classic, because you can again do your like super with like one button, whereas classic I think you have to do multiple buttons. So they kind of have it like, you know, evenly split. They actually did a really good job of that. And I kind of again wish Mortal Kombat would kind of take some pages from that book, because I would love to see that. Like I'm pretty good with Mortal Kombat, but there are definitely a lot of characters in the game I don't want to try out because their schemes are all over the place. But to have something like this, kind of like what Street Fighter does, it kind of makes more people want to play it. It adds more casual players, you know? I like that. I'm a casual fighting fan, okay? I understand that. But I love it. I love this kind of fighting game, and it makes me kind of want to play it. It obviously isn't going to be a game I'm going to buy right now. I know it's out already. It's going to be one of those games I get down the line, which hopefully Mike will get it too. Maybe we both could play it. It'd be fun. But I
I'm pretty
definitely
much
want to get it.
waiting for the Game of the Year edition. Once
Yeah,
that comes
just
out,
wait
then
for
I'll
the
get
game of the
it.
year.
So.
Yeah, get the game of the year edition when it's like on sale and everything. That's when I'm gonna get it as well. But I will say from the demo, actually fun. I actually really like it. I think it's really good. I will say visually, not the most impressive looking game I played, but I do think their art style is insanely well done, and the music they use for this game is fucking fantastic, dude. It is my style of music. It's that hip hop kind of music, and I love it, man. It gets you hyped up for the fights. It's so fucking good, dude. Actually the new theme song they made for this is so good. It's actually, I like it a lot. But yeah, I guess I'll throw my last thing in real quick because then you're gonna talk about 2 movies. I've just been messing around with my PC a lot this week. I
Real
went back
quick, let
to
me
some-
cut in. Breaking news here. It just popped up while I was looking while you were talking. Nintendo announces 1-2 Switch sequel. Everybody 1-2 Switch.
Yes. Yep.
I didn't even see that. What the hell? Peyton just walked in with tape on her face. I'm confused.
Oh, but yeah, they're basically sending that game out to die. It's like a $30 game.
June 30th.
It's only digital, I think.
I will say one quick while we're talking about Street Fighter before you move on. Dude, Capcom is fucking knocking it out of the park right now. Of this year, if you take out the remaster, because it's not really a new game, I understand it's impressive, but they didn't actually remake the game. You take that out of the top 3 best scoring games, Capcom has 2 of them. RE4 and Street Fighter.
Damn, yeah.
It goes Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Resident Evil 4 at 92, Street Fighter 6 at 92.
Dude, that's insane.
Capcom's fucking killing it, dude.
Now, since they've been nailing all these things, bring back Dead Rising. Please, Capcom.
No,
please.
Do not bring back Dead Rising. Please,
dude,
Capcom.
Bring back Dead Rising.
Do
dude.
not
What do you
bring
mean?
back.
You don't like Dead Rising at all?
I don't give a shit about Dead Rising.
No way, dude.
I played the first one. It was cool. I played the third one. It was dog shit. So I don't care.
I disagree with that point. But Dead Rising 2 was also really good. I never beat the first one, but I beat the second, third, the DLC for the second one, and then I beat the fourth one, which was dog shit. Fourth one was just awful. But I really want them to bring it back. I kind of want them to maybe just restart fresh, or maybe make a remake of the first game. I don't know. I would love to see them bring it back. I miss Dead Rising. Dead Rising was fun. It was a fun game. Didn't take itself super seriously, which, I mean, most of their games kind of don't. So I like that. That's cool. So please bring it back.
You want to know what Capcom needs to make another game of?
But
it's not Dead Rising. We need a Devil May Cry. We need the next one. Bring it to us, please. It's time. It's been 4 years since Devil May Cry 5.
Oh yeah, it has.
We don't need a Dead Rising.
Long ago.
Nobody but one person needs another.
Bullshit, dude. There's a bunch of people that love Dead Rising. Get out of here.
Dead Rising 3 sales, I guarantee you, are shit.
I'm curious now.
Guarantee you. 3.2 million copies.
Okay, so what is Dead Rising 2 at?
I don't know. 3.1.
Ha! So
that's not good!
Well, for that time, probably wasn't bad, okay? Also, it was, I think Dead Rising 3 was a Xbox / now PC exclusive. Yeah. So, but yeah, Dead Rising 4,
there was a fourth one?
Oh, yeah, there was a fourth one. No one talks about it.
1.3 million.
Yeah, it was rough.
Okay.
Well, because they basically stripped out everything that made Dead Rising.
Maybe it was 4 that I played then, because I played a Dead Rising game just a couple years ago.
Dead Rising 3 was great.
And I fucking hated it.
Yeah, you probably played Dead Rising 4 because I think that came to PS4, but Dead Rising 3 never came to PS4. It was only on Xbox and PC strictly. I love Dead Rising 3. I know it kind of took a little bit of a turn of being more serious, but it's also still kind of more funny in my opinion. I also just liked all the new things that added with Dead Rising 3. I also thought graphically it looked impressive, and I thought the new combinations you could do with like vehicles was super cool. But yeah, no, I do think they should bring back Dead Rising, dude. I'm kind of sad they killed it so badly with Dead Rising 4. But hey, if they are able to bring back Resident Evil, they can bring back Dead Rising. You
are about to see the difference between Logan and I in terms of our likes and dislikes for gaming. There is a series that they need to bring back desperately, and Logan doesn't give a fuck about this series. Onimusha.
Familiar.
Onimusha is fucking amazing. I have the PS2 copy of it, dude.
Jesus.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed, I put my shelf together.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it looks nice.
Thank you.
Okay, so PC. What have I been doing?
Yeah,
this week?
sorry, we got.
Saying that real quick. No,
I
you're
like
good.
Capcom.
So I learned that. So I've been kind of plugging in my HBI and playing games on my TV. But originally I didn't know that my PC supported HDMI 2.1. Which, by the way, for the people that don't know that out there, this is really dumb. But HDMI 2 normal 2.0 only supports 4K to 4K 60 or 1440p 120. That's what it could support. But HDMI 2.1 can support 4K 120 hertz. So that's what most of these new consoles now have. Our current gen consoles now. So I learned that, and I need to actually order a new HDMI cord now because I didn't know that. So I was using a normal HDMI 2.0 cord, and I was playing games at 4K 60 on my TV. Now I could plug in this and play 4K 120, which is super cool. So, for example, I've been trying a couple games out. I've been playing. I want to go back and play Sunset Overdrive. As I said, I was gonna go back and play that game. And I gotta say, actually be able to play that game at a higher frame rate, dude, makes the game so much better. Because the game is meant to be fast paced. You're supposed to jump around, move fast, you know. And I feel like at 30 FPS on Xbox One, I just did not enjoy it. I don't know, it just didn't feel right. But playing it on here, 120 hertz, dude, 4K, everything maxed, dude, it looks awesome. It is so fun. I was having a great time with it.
Love Sunset Overdrive.
Dude, it's good so far. I've been really enjoying
my favorite
it.
Xbox One game. I said it's mine. I didn't say it was the best. I said it's my favorite Xbox One game.
We had the same exact thing happen before. But I played Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. Obviously I couldn't get that thing running at 4K 120 hertz with everything maxed out. So I got like more like 4K 90 to 80 frames per second kind of thing going. Still looked amazing on the TV, dude. Being able to play, which by the way, I still think that's a crime that Red Dead Redemption 2 never got a freaking current gen port or even gotten any kind of upgrade. But GTA 5, a game that came out in 2013, got an upgrade. Still, I think that's so dumb to this day. But I gotta say, being able to play Red Dead Redemption 2 at 60 in general is just so much better. It's so nice. It looks so good on my TV right now. I love it. Also started playing Elden Ring again, but I decided to get it on PC. I also found a way to get my save progress moved over to the PC in some way or form. So now I'm playing Elden Ring on my PC, and dude, I have everything maxed out, and even even cranked ray tracing all the way up just for shits and giggles. And it looks beautiful, dude. Just to be able to play Elden Ring at a solid 60 frames per second is great, and I still don't understand why they've never fixed the performance on PS5 or probably even Xbox Series, because it still doesn't stay at a steady 60 frames per second, which kind of annoys me. It really bothers me, but I still love that game to death no matter what. Other than that,
second favorite Xbox One game. Rise, Son of Rome.
Dude, that game was so good. That was such a good...
Okay, that game was fun. It's not a good game.
Okay, well, no, it wasn't good for $60, but as like a 20 to 30, or when I got it like $10, dude, it was so good. That game is so beautiful, and that and Dead Rising 3, dude, were honestly really good launch titles for Xbox One. What the fuck happened with Series, man? They didn't come out with any games at launch, dude. I don't understand that. Even with Xbox One, with its shitty ass thing, they still came out with better releases at its launch than what the Series did. Well, they didn't come out with anything but the Series.
I was gonna say nothing was exclusive.
Yeah, nothing. Literally nothing. There was a bird game. I don't know what the hell that game is called. But yeah, a lot of PC stuff. Really cool. A lot of nerdy things. I like to mess around with that stuff, and I've been kind of wanting to play some of my games on my TV instead of having to sit in front of this small monitor. I have a big TV right next to me, and I really want to use it, and it's a 4K 120 hertz TV, so why wouldn't I use it? So I've been occasionally going over there and playing some games on there, and it's great. I love it. So
yeah, I wish I could do that, but that's like 100-foot HDMI cord. I don't know. I'm not spending the money on that. So
yeah, that's fair.
It's a distance out to my big old TV in the living room. All right, you done? I said that super rude. I'm sorry. Are you finished?
No, you're good. I actually am done. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I'm going to give a mini review on both these. I'll try not to spend too long on them, but I do have some things I want to say about them. So let me start with the best one. Let me just get it out of the way. So I went to see Fast 10 this week.
The best one. Hell yeah.
All right. So I'm going to give a little mini review here. Most of you that have listened to us, if you listen to us for the whole time, you know a while ago I watched Fast 9, and I did not like Fast 9. And this is coming from an actual Fast and the Furious fan. I understand the franchise. I understand all the memes, all the jokes. I get it. Fast 9 is not good. Fast 10 is not great. But it wasn't bad. And I'm surprised that I left the theater and I was like, I told Peyton, I'm like, I didn't hate that. I actually enjoyed some of it. I enjoyed one person who I think it absolutely makes the movie. But before I delve into it, I will say I'm going to give Fast X C tier. I think it is a alright movie. Much better than 9. Much better, maybe not much better than 8, but better than 8. It's not like, 5, 6, 7 quality. I think those movies are great. But Fast 10, a lot better than what's come before. But ladies and gentlemen, Jason fucking Momoa. He steals this movie. Every time he is on screen, he is absolutely electric. The way that he plays this villain. By the way, best villain we've gotten in Fast and Furious in a long time. He is so all over the place, crazy, psychotic person. At one point in time, he is maniacal, evil villain, repeated endlessly throughout the history of Hollywood. The next scene, he's just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs villain. There's this one scene, I guess I'll spoil it a little bit, but the scene starts, he's painting the toenails of these dudes who he's forced to work for him, and as the camera pulls back, they're both dead, and he's just talking to him, painting the toenails. And it's fucking bonkers crazy, and it's amazing every time he's on screen. He is funny as hell, he's energetic as hell. It looks like he showed up to set and was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna have a good time. I'm just gonna do whatever the hell happens and just have a good time. He is by far the best thing in this movie without even a close second place. If I was to give a close second place, I would say the overall development and story isn't bad. It's actually a decently told story with, motivations for all the main characters, big motivation for the villain, with some good, with some average twist in there. This person, he does this. The bad things with this movie, I will say, the writing is pretty shoddy at points. There are plenty of times where someone says something like, yo, I can't believe somebody wrote that. I can't believe someone wrote that, and it made it to cut somehow. Like, I forgot exactly what was said, but Tyrese's character said, Roman, he said a line, and I was like, no, that's not an actual line that was just spoken in a movie. There's no way in hell. And the other big negative is actually surprised me, because usually these movies are pretty locked down in that regard. The CGI is not great. CGI is pretty bad in this one. There were plenty of times where I was like, that looks like it was made on a computer from 2010. I'm like, that's not well done there. Those are the two big negatives. And everything else is fine. The ridiculousness of it and the idiocracy of some of the things they do in the movie tone back a little bit. We don't have a fucking Nissan flying in space in this movie, so that's a big win. Instead, we got a car driving down the side of a dam, which in retrospect, not that crazy to the car flying in space. So they toned it down a little bit. And like I said, it is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I went in with very low expectations. I was like, I'm literally seeing this movie because I had a discount at the theater, and I've seen the other 9. Might as well just go see this one. Why the hell not? And I left the theater, that wasn't a waste of 2.5 hours. Yes, it's a long one. I was like, yes, it's not the shortest movie. It's like 2 hours and 26 minutes what it clocks in at.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's
oh
not.
My God.
It's not the shortest movie ever made. I'll tell you that. But again, it is consistently enjoyable throughout its whole runtime, which is what most of the Fast and Furious movies have been up until 9. I think 9 is incredibly boring, convoluted as hell. The action goes way too far out of the realm of believability. I mean, of course, nothing in here is believable anymore. But there's a line. There's a line. And that line is your car is flying in outer space. That's the fucking line, all right? But yeah, I was surprised by how much I didn't hate this movie. I will say, though, once you understand the meme of family, it's fucking everywhere. The main villain, Connected to a main villain of the old movies. He was his son. Family. Introduced a new character. Of course, it's Dominic's baby mama. Dominic's baby mama's sister. Family. Different characters come back. Oh, because linked to the family. Everything, and I mean every single plot point in this entire movie, every character development, every character motivation is somehow linked to family. And once you understand that meme and you start looking for it, it's funny as shit. Like, it's just, you just gotta laugh. You know, oh, Han, he finally meets the guy who killed him in, I forgot the actor's name, but in
Jason
Statham, yeah. They finally meet head to head with there's finally a face to face with those two characters. You want to know how it's resolved? Jason Statham's mom gets threatened. Family. That's how it resolves that. So that is incredibly dumb and incredibly stupid. But yes, I do think Jason Momoa carries this film. Every single scene that he is electric. One of the most electric performances I've seen from an actor in a long time. Like, it is that fucking good. I mean, it's wild, it's crazy, it's unpredictable. And every single time he came on, whether he was doing something maniacally terrible or batshit crazy, I was just laughing. I loved every second of him on screen. And the rest of the movie, pretty okay, pretty good. All right, let's get to the actual good one now. That was a total joke. I saw on opening day, not night, I missed opening night, but I saw opening day, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And let me tell you guys, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is one of my favorite animated movies of all time, if not my number one favorite animated movies of all time. It's one of my best Spider-Man, it's one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, probably sitting right behind, No Way Home and Spider-Man 2. Those two kind of duke it out for the top, just because Spider-Man 2 has such a place in my childhood. Spider-Man Across from the Spider-Verse was fucking brilliant in every regard. Our second S tier, this movie is a masterpiece of animation. And I mean that wholeheartedly. And it's not just the art style. It's not just the way they designed this movie. Every single aspect of this movie blew me away. From the character development, the character motivations, the villain motivations who start out as a joke, and by the end of the movie, it's fantastic what they would do with it. I will say, I knew this going in. Peyton didn't know this going in, so I'll just tell people this is part one. This is part one. I know a lot of people knew that out there, but there are some people who didn't know that out there. So go in not expecting a great resolution to everything. You are watching the beginning of everything happening that's going to happen in the next movie. But man, I haven't had this much fun in a movie in a long time. Logan.
Very excited.
Dude, all the cameos. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything. There's so many things that I could watch the movie 5 times and not catch everything. But man, these characters go through the ringer in this movie. They are put with tough situation after tough situation, and the conclusions to those and the things that happen in this movie, it surprised me at points. I didn't see some of the twists coming, and I'm a guy who watches a lot of movies, and I'm pretty experienced with twisted movies. I can usually see them coming at least 10 or 15 minutes away once they start setting things up. Did not see this one coming until right before they revealed it, so that doesn't even count because the movie was getting ready to reveal what it is, and I was like, oh, didn't see that coming. So, man, we're going to have a full detailed review next week. Once Logan sees it, we'll get heavy into everything. We'll probably do another spoiler cast, just like we did with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which the last 2 Marvel movies I've seen before you, so big win on there. I'm getting back into a movie kind of view. See, man. I'm not going to say where it ranks, but it's high as hell. It is high as hell. And if they can nail the ending of this, there's a chance it usurps How to Train Your Dragon for my favorite animated trilogy.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty high for you.
Yeah, I fucking love How to Train Your Dragon, dude. I don't know if people know that. I adore that entire trilogy. What they're able to do with these characters, this feels like The Empire Strikes Back, which is what a sequel's supposed to be. A little darker, a little more serious, and it sets up your characters for the end, so we leave them at not their highest point in the story.
Awesome. I love that. It's like Infinity War, where literally pretty much that was. They honestly let's be honest here, guys. Infinity War and Endgame, that is just a part 1, part 2. They just named different things. It literally was part 1, part 2.
Well, technically,
And
so
that's
this
what I
one.
love.
It's across the
That's what I
Spider-Verse
love
and
about it.
beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that's what I kind of love about it, because it's like, it's kind of like, I like it that they end at the worst point, because then it's like, I don't know, just builds character and it's an interesting story.
And by the way,
That's
this
all I like
movie
about it.
is not short either. It keeps going. It's 2 hours and like 16 minutes. It's a long animated movie. Yeah.
That's
You
why it's probably
spend
delayed, dude. That movie,
you spend
it
a
took a while.
you spend a lot of time with these characters. Well, yeah, it's
Hmm
2017. It's been like
hmm
6 years,
Yeah,
7
it's supposed to
years.
come out last year, I believe, but then it got delayed
That doesn't
to
sound right.
this year.
Hold on, I have to double
It
check
was
that.
delayed. It was
No,
delayed.
no, I was talking about the original release date,
I thought it was
2018.
last
So
year.
I was only 1 year off. So yeah, it's been 5 years
Oh,
since the first movie came out. And yeah, this was supposed to be just both the part 1 and part 2 was just supposed to be this movie, and it got so big and so like expanded. Like Peyton told me when she was watching, she was like, "Man, I didn't know when this was gonna end, because like when you got to the end, she's like, we still got like an hour left in this thing. It feels like."
hmm
And so but that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna delve too much because I want you to go in fresh with this. I fucking love it. There's so many little details that I want to talk to you about how they do the different characters and different developments that happen within those characters and like how they're portrayed on screen. Because there is a lot of characters in this movie. There is a lot of Spider-Man in this movie. That's not a spoiler. It's in
really.
the trailer. All right, it's
Well,
in the
yeah.
trailer. I'm not spoiling anything.
It's literally in the trailer. Like, you see that there's a ton of Spider-Man. It would be kind of a surprise if there wasn't a lot of Spider-Man
But
when literally the whole point of the movie.
what
That's
is
how the
crazy?
first one
What
was.
is
Literally, the first one was literally introduction to all these Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So,
What's crazy, and I think it's what's really well done. Again, I'm not gonna say who and what and here. I'm just gonna say there are quite a few Spider-Man in this movie that get detailed stories. There's obviously the main cast that gets very detailed, but then there's some of the side ones that get a surprising amount of development, and you understand them, and you understand the decisions that they make in this movie. And man, just my hat's off to you guys. I think Tim Miller and something Lord, I don't remember what his name is. It's just Miller and Lord Productions, I think it's what it is. Those guys are killing it, and if they can bring this home, yeah, I'm gonna have a serious talk with myself about, is this the best, not just animated trilogy, is this the best trilogy I've ever seen from start to finish? By the way, 95 Rotten Tomato. And I think the audience score is like in the 90s too.
really.
It is beloved. Oh, and I did put this into the store. Oh, no. Stop. Sorry, people listening to me out there. There was just random noises on your screen because Rotten Tomatoes website is garbage. Yeah. Tomato 95, audience score of 97. It's pretty beloved. It's
I mean, I had a good idea it was gonna be good, because ever since that first movie, when I remember seeing the first trailer, and already in that first trailer, I was already pretty excited for the movie, and then watching the first movie, just like I already knew this next one was gonna be that good, because
I
first one is still like one of the most impressive animated movies I've ever seen.
yeah.
Where the art style, the music, I just absolutely love all of it. The characters, the action, dude, it was just so stylized, and I absolutely love it. A lot of people hated it because I don't like how choppy it is, but it makes sense. I don't know. It just it's the way they wanted to animate it. They didn't mess up and animate it the wrong way. They didn't make the frame rate so low by accident. It was on purpose. And I love the fact that, like, the more and more you watch the movie, the higher the frame rate gets, the more smoother it becomes, because it's Miles building up as a character. And so that's what I love about the first one so much. I think the first one was so damn good. I watched that movie like 20 times. I love that movie so freaking much, dude. It's so badass. And it's the first time I ever even knew about Miles Morales, because I didn't read the comic books and all that. But dude, I love him as a character now because of that. And so yeah, I can't wait to see this movie. I can't wait for tomorrow at 5:30. Can't wait to go see the movie, man. I'm so freaking pumped.
Well, shoot me a text when you get out and let me know what you think. You
I
know.
will.
I unfortunately work tomorrow night, so we won't be able to talk about it. But Monday night we can sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about what you overall think. But yeah, man, I will tell you, I had high expectations, very high expectations. This movie beat it for me. I was expecting greatness, and what I got was fucking spectacular.
I'm really happy because they had a lot weighing on them with this movie, I feel like. Because, like, to beat that first one, that takes a lot. So,
Again, I
God,
don't
I
know
can't
if
wait.
I don't know. Again, it's so hard when you're like, oh, is this one better than this one? Like, both of the movies are fucking phenomenal. Like, I don't
Mhm.
really want to cut hairs and all that. I don't care that much. Especially when, like, there's such a link between these two movies. Like, if you just watch the second movie, you're not going to get the whole experience. This is one of those movies that you have to watch the first one. You know, I can say people can watch The Dark Knight and they can understand it. You don't have to watch Batman Begins. Obviously, it helps, but you don't have to. I feel like you have to watch Into the Spider-Verse to really get the whole experience of this movie because it builds so immaculately on the characters from the first movie. And that's all I'm going to say. We're going to move on because we're over an hour now and I want to get going. So,
Yeah.
fantastic movie out there. Like I said, stay tuned to the channel. Check us out next week, next Monday, when we will go through a full in-depth spoiler cast in review for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and let you know why hopefully we think it's absolutely spectacular. All right. It's time now for POTS, also known as Point of the Show. This is where every once in a while we have a exclusive topic that we want to talk about and delve super deep into, so we make it the headliner of the show. And pretty much we've had a lot of back-to-back ones. We just keep doing POTS, so cool. We got stuff to talk about. That's awesome. For a while there, we didn't have shit to talk about, so
Yeah.
we were making up stuff as it goes. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our Xbox Game Showcase 2023 predictions for you, just like we did with the PlayStation Showcase. I forgot what it was for a second because it's not worth remembering. So
There were some things.
I'm telling you, if
Exactly.
anybody thinks I'm a Sony fanboy, which I am, I like Sony a lot. But do not think that I am not a critical fanboy because I'm talking more shit about them than most people out there over the past 2 weeks. All right. I wasn't happy. Anyway, all right. We're not talking about Sony here. We're talking about Xbox. And that's what we're talking about here. So, just like the format of the first prediction, we're going to go yes, no's, and a maybe so's, which is really just stand in for some cool things that we hope are there or some batshit. I have one batshit crazy prediction that's never going to come true, but I wanted to talk about it. So, where do you. Well, we started with the yeses last time. No, we did not. We started with the no's. And I only have 2 no's, so it's not long.
Oh, you want to start with me?
I don't care where we start. Something is
Are we
falling
starting
in my
at no?
drawer.
My God, what is going on?
I don't know. Something fell in my drawer, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell fell.
All right.
All right.
So for the no, I have some disappointing ones that I really just don't think are going to be there. Wait, I forgot
it's
how we
Peyton.
did last
Never
time.
mind.
Are we jumping back and forth? Or are we just saying like
We go no, yes, things that we definitely think are going to be there,
Yeah,
and then we go with like maybe so. It's like a
but are we
hopefuls.
just saying all of them and then I forgot how we did this. I think
Yes.
we said one. And
Why
then
would we go from one no to one yes? No, we're doing the
No,
no's.
that's not what I meant. I meant like I say
leaving.
all of my no's.
I quit.
Get out! Get! All right. So Fable. I don't think Fable's gonna be there. Fable is not going to show up. Secondly, Perfect Dark. That ain't showing up. Just saying. So those are big no's for me.
All right. Are those the only 2 no's you have?
Yes, literally it.
Yeah, I only have 2 no's. Funny enough, none of those are on my nose. Those are in other ways of this. So
Really?
yeah. So my biggest no is I do not think, for some reason, there's people expecting this. I don't know why. This game's years away. We're not getting any Elder Scrolls 6 news.
Oh hell no! Yeah,
No.
I don't know what people were thinking about that.
The
now.
reason I put it in here
that's an
is
easy
because
no, yeah.
again, I read Reddit a lot. Like I engage with people on Reddit. I don't know why I like it, even though sometimes I just stop talking to people because they annoy me because they're dumb and they don't know anything about the industry, but they're trying to argue about the industry. Anyway, okay, I'm going on off a tangent here. There's a lot of people saying like, oh, they can't wait for the Elder Scrolls 6 reveal. It's gonna be 2024. I'm like, there's no fucking way, dude. You don't understand how video games work. Like, so yes, no Elder Scrolls 6 news, and I do not think. This is another prediction I saw people floating around out there. I don't think we're going to get any acquisition news because Xbox still is trying to get the last acquisition to go through.
No.
So the only reason I put those no's in there is because I heard people whispering around the internet out there that that's some things that are going to happen. So I'm like, I just want to put the no's because I think the chessboard is open here. So I don't think we can really exclusively say no on a lot of these things. So that's why I don't really have the money. There was some things that I was very confident weren't going to be at Sony's showcase. There was a lot of things I was confident that turned out weren't there anyway. So, but yes, those are our no's for me. Mine are very easy, like I said. But let's go to our yeses. Things that we not hope are here, things that I think are 100% going to be here. So what is your first one? This one we can go back and forth on.
This is the easiest fucking yes of all time. Starfield. Duh.
Okay, I didn't put that in there because it's a separate showcase.
It literally even say it technically is yes because it's right after. I know it's not during the thing, but it's an Xbox showcase because it's an Xbox property. They're just doing it as a separate thing, which I still think is very weird that they're doing that, but whatever. It's still gonna be there. Some way or another, it's gonna be there. So yes.
It better be like 30 minutes, because if it's like 15 minutes, I'm like, just put it in the showcase.
Yeah, it has to be a solid thing. Hopefully, they're just gonna go really deep in it. Like they're just gonna. That's what she said. But they're gonna go.
Not
really
to you.
All right. So
what is wrong?
My other ones are Forza Motorsport.
I said we're gonna go back and forth.
Oh, we didn't do that for the no.
Yes, I know. But we're doing it now for yes. Okay.
Go.
So I did not put Starfield in here because technically that's a no because it has its own thing. So,
but we get the
yes,
it's gonna be.
We're gonna hear more about Starfield.
Yeah.
All right. So my first yes, which is probably not gonna be here, but I hope. I think it should be here. Avowed gameplay is finally showed off, and a date is set for fall 2024. I think that'll be the next big fall game because, like we've talked about.
Could tell, I didn't put that as a no, so it's in somewhere with me. So
yeah. I think that makes sense when I think about they have bought a lot of Western RPGs, and those are usually big sellers, big games. People like to talk because they know they're going to get a lot of hours for their money. I think you go Starfield this fall, Avowed next fall. I think that's a good little time gap.
It is. Dude, I would love to see Avowed so much.
All right.
Honestly, dude, that would be the big surprise. I know I'm very excited for Starfield, but if I see Avowed there, this is going to be a good showcase. This is going to be a really good showcase.
It should, because there's so much stuff to talk about. Just like PlayStation should have been, but it wasn't, because there's so much stuff to talk about.
I'm still confused why they announced both Avowed and Outer Worlds 2 at the same time. I still don't get that. I guess they have two big teams there.
Well, they were also released Pentiment too, so Obsidian's got a lot of shit going on. Obsidian is like Xbox's Insomniac.
Dude, but say they basically are. So if Avowed does come out, dude, they are going to be the Insomniac for Xbox. We need that. So
I put a lot of dates on mine because I wanted to predict kind of dates. So I did a lot of date predicting here. Some of them.
Forza Motorsport is going to be there, and I do obviously think it's going to be released within this year. I predict obviously it's going to be sometime in possibly the summer.
Okay, so you and me are right on. So, because I mean, if they link up, I'm going to say them real quick. So I put Forza Motorsport gets a short gameplay kind of trailer thing that's interspersed and all that, and it's dated for July 2023. I think that kind of surprised everyone. They're like, it's done, it's ready, boom. Even though for some reason, there's a lot of people that don't think it's even coming out this year because we've barely seen anything of it. I'm like, dude, it's coming out this year.
We got quite a bit in that Developers Direct. Like, that was a good, obviously not a lot of it, but we did get a lot of info in that one gameplay thing. And I was like,
they showed it off at last games showcase. So we've gotten 2 looks at it. I mean, it's more than Spider-Man 2. We finally just got our second look at that, and it still doesn't have a release date. Don't get me started.
So, what the fuck was that laugh? So Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice 2 is going to be there. Do I think it's going to be released this year? Wanted to, but no. I'm gonna go against myself on the whole fantasy thing. But I do think they are going to actually show legit gameplay, and they are going to release it next year.
All right. Well, since we're doing links, I guess I'll just go right into it. Hellblade. By the way, I'll say it the right way. Hellblade 2 Senua's Sacrifice. I said it the wrong way. But you said 2 at the end. It's technically Hellblade 2 and then the subtitle.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
right. You're
yeah.
right.
So
You're
anyway,
right.
but I said the name wrong, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trailer and gameplay is showed off with a date,
Of
November
next year.
2023.
Yeah. Well, unless they're gonna do Avowed,
No, I don't think
which
they
would
put out. I
be
don't think they put out enough Avowed 2 months after Starfield. No, there's got to be gaps in between those two
no, no,
games.
no. Oh, you're thinking Hellblade's gonna come out this year?
I said November 2023. I think a 2 month
Holy
gap
shit!
in
That would be,
between Starfield and Hellblade. It's a good
dude.
gap.
This showcase that they did that. Now again, I'm telling you, man, if they can get all these. I'm really trying to lower my expectations to the floor, but that would be awesome.
So we've gotten
So
the three main ones that I think are definitely going to be here. Well, I guess I think Avowed's going to be here, but I definitely think Hellblade 2. If it's not here, it's in the Last of Us factions category at this point, dude. If Hellblade 2, we've seen it twice already, and then it disappeared off the face of the planet. And then yeah, Forza Motorsport. So now we're moving into some
I got another
interesting
one.
yeses.
Good.
I have
Okay.
5 more, so
Stalker 2. It's going to be there, and it's going to release this year for sure. They've showcased it multiple times now, and we still have yet to get a good release date, but it also makes sense. This is kind of a Ukraine developer, and as most people know, Ukraine's in kind of a war right now, and some of the developers actually for this game and Stalker 2 are fighting in that war. And I'm pretty sure some of the developers died. So not a laughing matter, but I'm just saying, like, if people complain about that game being delayed, I'm just saying, like, that's a little messed up because, like, these people are literally fighting in a war. So, but I hope it does come out this year still in some way or another, because I'm really excited for this game. I think it looks amazing. It looks right up my alley. Again, it kind of seems a lot like Metro. I know it's not the same developer. I made that mistake a while ago. But I really want it to come out. It's an Xbox exclusive, and I'm very hyped to see it. But it's kind of been in a bit of a hard area right now with the fact that there's a Ukraine war. Some of the developers actually are fighting in it and have died. And so we kind of like I understand why it's been so delayed, but I do kind of hope it comes out this year still.
all right, well, since we'll stick into the linking here, I'll stick with it. Stalker 2 is here at the showcase. A new trailer is shown off, and we get a release date of summer 2024.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sad if it does get delayed again,
I
or
think I think if it
comes out this summer. That would be hype.
No, because I think Forza Motorsport is their game this summer. You can't overcrowd these things. There has to be space in between them. And I think Stalker 2 is one of them games that they give the space for because of everything that's going on in the country with its developers. They're like, we're not going to make you finish it because we have games this year. We have things that we don't need you this year. So I think
Mhm.
it's going to take some time. Yes, it was supposed to come out at the end of last year. So I think a year and a half delay for the war existing is probably a pretty safe bet on a delay. I think just a couple month delay because it was supposed to come out at the end of last year was the original predicted release date. And if it comes out summer, we're only talking about a 6 month or so delay because of a war. I think it's probably going to be a little longer than that. So I think 12 to 18 months is a little bit more realistic of a delay when they have developers fighting in a war. So
Yeah.
that's where I think it
Um.
is.
But who knows? I we'll see. I guess.
I have 2 more games and
I
one
do.
non-game prediction.
So I have a double whammy here with this next one. It's gonna kind of be considered as one. I put new Bethesda game, but I also think Doom is gonna be announced, and it's not gonna come out this year. It's gonna come out in 2024, towards the end of the year. I'm gonna say October of next year. I really do because Doom 2016, Doom Eternal came out in 2020, 4 years. It's next year will be 2024. That's 4 years from literally the launch of Eternal. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new Doom game that comes out next year for sure. So I do think Doom is going to be here, but it's obviously not going to release this year. It's going to release next year. So
All right.
and
So
also Bethesda game. I think another. I can't really think of all the developers at the moment, but maybe
I mean,
I
we
don't know
have
if
the
they're going to
Machine
show up.
Games Indiana Jones
Yeah,
game.
that's true.
Yeah.
That could also make a big showcase here. And there's also that weird um Well, that's not a Bethesda game, but there's that weird heist game that they showed off at the last one that might be here too. I don't know what the hell that game is.
Well,
but...
speaking of that game, my next
Yeah.
prediction for being here is we get an update on Contraband coming from Avalanche Software
yeah.
Studios. Software. Wait, there's two Avalanche. There's one that make Hogwarts Legacy.
Not the one that made Hogwarts. The one that made Mad Max.
That's one of them is named Avalanche Studios. The other one's named Avalanche Software, and I don't remember which one's making this game.
It's so confusing. Yeah.
One of them, whoever it is making Contraband, and I think we finally get an update here. And by the way, that was shown off 2 years ago. It wasn't at last year's showcase.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It showed up 2 years ago in 2021. So I think we get an update here. I do not have a prediction of the release date because I couldn't come up with the one that made sense for me.
Early next year.
Especially with, well, there's another maybe so that kind of took up that slot for me. So that's why I didn't put a release date on here. I have a slot for early next year on my maybe so's. So that's why I was like, I wasn't confident in putting a date on this one. So, all right, what's your next one? I have one more game and one more non-game. Yes.
I think that Avium game's gonna show up again. Sadly, I do think it's gonna. I put some EA game, but now that I think about it, it's probably just gonna be Immortals of Avium again. Which, God, dude, stop showing that game. Everybody understands what it is now. Stop doing this. Like, I don't want to see it again, but hey, if you gotta bring it in again, do what you gotta do. But I was kind of thinking some other EA game may show up there because EA and Xbox are pretty close sometimes, and they sometimes like especially Battlefields. I'm pretty sure have been announced at Xbox showcases before. So I could see maybe a new Battlefield.
Shit. That gulp hurt.
No, I wouldn't think a new Battlefield.
No way.
No,
they're still trying to fix the one that came out.
Maybe they'll do like a little trailer of like year 2 of Battlefield 2042 because they are supposedly going to continue support for that game. So
yeah, I think if I remember the release cycle, it's like 3 to 4 years, 3 at the minimum. I think so. Yeah, we're maybe a year to 2 years away from seeing the next Battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, should I do my last game or my last non-game? I'm gonna save my last game because it's something special.
I have nothing else. This is all you now.
All right, so my non-game that I think is going to be, I didn't put any third party because who the fuck knows what third party is going to be here? I have no clue. So I just focused in.
It could be literally anything.
Yeah, I just focused in on the Xbox Studio stuff. So my non-game update is I think we get some sort of update for Game Pass, whether that be a new inclusion like Ubisoft, like EA, a new kind of link or inclusion in there, or some kind of pricing change. I think it's going to go up. Or maybe they're going to add in a new kind of bundle above Ultimate. I didn't really detail this too much. I just think we're going to get some sort of announcement here that heightens the Game Pass, I guess, just service, I guess is what I'll say. I don't really know what it's going to be. I'm still predicting that Game Pass will go up sometime this year. But that's, tentatively speaking, if the APK deal eventually goes through. Because they don't need to yet with that. All right, then my final one. This one's going to make you excited because this one makes me excited. I listened to them talk about this, I think, on a podcast a couple months ago. And it got me thinking about it, so I wanted to throw it in here. And it makes a lot of sense. Like the Master Chief Collection, we finally get the Marcus Phoenix Collection. And it's dated October 2023. I think they go Starfield. I think they go Starfield, Marcus Phoenix Collection, Hellblade, and that's their year. And that, honestly, banger. That's Xbox coming back big.
And they remake some of these. I don't know what game they're going to remake, but they could remake it in the Unreal Engine 5.
Well, I just think it's going to be a collection, kind of like Master Chief Collection was.
Well, because
there's updated stuff. I think probably there'll be some improvements.
Halo 2 in that collection, though.
Well, they remade 1 and 2.
Well, 1 was way back. 1 was back on the 360. That was like the first thing 343 made, and then they remade Halo 2, which was Master Chief Collection. That's what they introduced it with. So I think if they're gonna do the same thing, kind of like that,
because they've already done. I think the remake / remaster of Gears of War 1.
Yeah, so Gears of War 2.
So that's what I'm saying. It makes sense, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
it comes out this year. That's a pipe dream to just have Xbox go boom, boom, boom in your face. Here we are. We're Xbox. We're doing our thing. That would be awesome. I don't really
I don't
know
think
if that's
anybody would be
happening.
complaining, but
Well,
that
no
would
one
be
would
sick,
complain.
man.
Obviously, you
Dude,
get
just I could
Starfield.
just imagine right now the fact that dude, I've been saying that since Master Chief Collection came out, that like they would combine it all in one kind of thing. Dude, if they did that, that's fucking hype. I would be so excited because then they could put all the maps into one, kind of like they did with Master Chief Collection, and then you could play just anything. Dude, I hope that actually comes true. I want that to come true because, dude, that would be, I would lose my shit. Just like how I did with Master Chief Collection. When they announced that way back, dude, I lost my shit. I remember I was leaving work and I was watching the Xbox showcase on my phone, and then they announced that, and I literally lost my shit. Dude, I was so fucking
Now,
excited for that.
hopefully, unlike the Master Chief Collection, this thing
Yeah,
doesn't come out broken. So hopefully you
well,
can
it's
actually
not
play.
343,
That's
so
true.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it'll do a lot better. Hopefully,
I
it's Coalition that's doing this, and hopefully they do a really good job.
I
So.
have Coalition in here, but it's in my maybe so's. So let's go to our maybe
Mhm.
so's / hopefuls because that's where the real fun begins. And let me
Yep.
start off with my first real fun one. This is kind of a, if not my main one, then this. Doom 3 gets revealed and it's dated March 2024. That was my early next year Xbox game that I was just talking about.
Doom 3.
Doom 3.
Doom? Oh, Doom 3. I thought you said Dune.
No, Doom
When the
3.
fuck did Doom 2 come out?
Hey, you know,
No,
we got Starship Troopers from PlayStation Studios. We got Dune from
I
Xbox
know.
Studios. Fuck it. I'm just kidding, by the way.
Hell yeah, dude.
But I do have my sub maybe so here because there is some rumors and rumbling that id's next game is not Doom 3 and it is in fact a Doom-like reboot of Quake. So that is my sub prediction for this, which I don't think is as exciting because Quake really isn't story focused at all. They can make it story focused, they can do whatever they want. But Doom was always kind of the more like focused on like the single player stuff and all that. And Quake is not. Quake is their multiplayer game. That's a multiplayer focused heavy game. So I'm less excited about that, but there is some rumblings out there, so I just wanted to throw that in for the people out there. There is some rumors and going around the internet that Quake is Doom's next game in the same vein of the Doom reboots, like a totally reimagined, fast-paced, hyperkinetic shooter. But I really hope it's Doom 3. And I think it gets revealed for March 2024. All right. What's your first
Have a
maybe
good one.
so?
State of the K3. I got announced like 2 years ago.
I didn't put
with
that
a
in there because I
cinematic
have
trailer.
no fucking clue.
Yeah, so State of the K3 got announced like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know how long it was. It was a while ago. And I feel like by now, I honestly kind of want to put that in the yes because I feel like they've been working on it for a while now. I mean, when did State of the K2? I think came
I
out in
mean, what happened?
2018.
Because like Stalker 2 is easy to tell what happened. What happened with State of Decay? It just vanished off the face of the planet.
Oh, I know it. I actually really like State of the K. And I feel like supposedly like State of the K3, they really want to like they actually have a really big budget now, which I'm happy about because I think State of the K2 is really good, but I feel like they didn't get enough budget. So yeah, 2018 was when State of the K2 came out. So I almost want to say this is a yes, but I honestly just still got to keep it at a maybe because we haven't really heard anything about this game. At least like Hellblade, we sort of seen some gameplay and all that,
I mean,
but
sort
this
of. We saw like 12 minutes of gameplay.
I still don't
like
believe most of that was
3
gameplay. I
years
know
ago. That's true.
people keep saying that, but I think that was just scripted as hell. I don't think that was actually gameplay. But State of the K3, I would love to see come back here. I feel like they've been working on it again for quite a bit of time now. It's been what 5 years. So yeah, I feel like it's time. So I almost want to say yes. You know, fuck it. I'm putting in yes. I think State of the K3 is going to be there. But, ooh, you know what would be ballsy? Day and date release.
Oh my god.
State of the K3.
Full
They
Beat
do a
Saber.
hi-fi rush thing again, but it's State of the K3. They say, hey guys, it's out tonight.
See, I think Hi-Fi Rush was easier to keep under wraps because no one expected
Because State of the
anything.
K, State of the K has always been like a double A thing. Especially the first one was like more like an A. Like it was like really it was low. But then 2 got like double A, and maybe they're gonna go triple A with this next one. But I still think it's gonna be double A, and it's not everyone's cup of tea.
I forgot a yes.
Yeah, what about it?
I forgot one of my yeses.
What's yours? Since I put that down.
Sorry. My yes is exactly opposite of one of your no's. Because we've gotten rumors mills and there's a lot of people talking. Fable gets an official reveal. With a trailer mixed with gameplay. With a release window of 2024.
Dude, if these all comes out here, dude, this is gonna be the best Xbox showcase of all time.
It's gonna be really good.
I'm really trying to lower my expectations, but it's kind of hyping me up here because it's like, dude, I'm starting to feel the same way you did about the PlayStation deal. Like, dude, all these do come here.
Let me tell you what, it's a fucking brick wall you hit if it doesn't come through. Because I hit that wall. I hit that wall hard. So
because a lot of these games I really care about and I really want to come out, but like I'm really worried about the showcase. So, okay.
All right.
I did my next maybe. So what's your next maybe? Or yeah, what's your maybe? Yeah.
Well, you did your maybe that turned into a yes, so I did my final yes.
Sorry.
So do your first technical maybe.
Gears of War 6.
All right. Well, that lines up with my next maybe because Gears of War 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Gears of War 6 has a chance to be here. It's been what? 2019 was Gears of War 5, so 4 years. So I think a reveal. I don't think it comes out this year. Obviously not. It may come out. I think at the earliest it'll come out fall of next year. But with my prediction for Avowed, that's why I was like, they're not gonna put those two games right next to each other.
October.
So. I mean, that's in fall, dumbass.
You're right.
Maybe in November. Maybe they put their shooter in November. You know.
Or summer. Is there summer? I'm pretty sure summer. We would say if we're gonna count.
Yeah, I don't know. Summer seems a little early. I don't know why.
I don't know, but Gears of War is such an October game, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe it's not even next year. Maybe it's a year after that kind of thing.
2025 game.
Maybe they're announcing the collection, like you said, and then they
get like a small tease just pop up. Gear 6.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they come out with their Marcus Phoenix collection, and then they have a 5-second trailer.
It keeps people busy playing this trilogy until it comes out, and then they can say Gears of War 6 comes out 2025.
I don't even think they put a date on it. If that's the way they do it, if they put the Marcus Phoenix collection as the main thing, and then like they have a little 10-second thing that just boom, Gears 6, I think they just roll out. Just let you know that it's in development officially, even though we all expect it to be. But just let you know we're working on it. It's coming. Just letting you know. I don't think they put a date on it. If it's that far off, I think Xbox has learned they're not going to pull a Starfield and a Redfield. That was not right. Starfield and Redfall and announce it too early. So I think they just let you know that they're working on it. We'll talk to you when we get there. All right. So technically that was both of our maybe so's. Let me throw one in here. This really only speaks to me. We get an update. Maybe. This isn't a maybe so because he's working on something else. So we get an update on Kojima's cloud game. Maybe some information on what the fuck it is. Because he just showed up last year and was like, yeah, I'm working on something through the cloud. Talk to you later. And then he goes on to announce Death Stranding 2. So I'm like, okay, so this game's never going to come out. But all the rumors saying it's a smaller kind of Kojima experience game for Xbox. So if that is, I think his studio is like 250 head. So I think they have enough room to throw a 20, 30 person team at this game, and at least enough time's gone by that we get a little snippet of maybe what he's kind of going for here. Some kind of like horror mixed experience through cloud computing. It's going to be weird as fuck, but maybe we get some sort of just understanding of what he's going for. But that's a very far maybe. That's not even my crazy maybe yet, by the way. I still got one coming. It's going to blow your mind. All right, what next?
My last one is Avowed. Avowed is one. Yeah, Avowed is one that I put as my maybe. Because I don't know, man. I feel like they need a little bit more time on it. I would like for them to show it here, at least a little snippet of gameplay. So that's why I put it in maybe, because I don't think for sure it's not going to be here. But I don't know. It's kind of 50-50 for me. I would love to see this as a yes, because I want to see Avowed. I want to see another Western RPG, which seems like a big thing that Xbox is kind of pushing for right now, which I love. So I'd love to see this Avowed come here, but I put it in my maybe because I really just don't know for sure if it's going to be here or not. Because didn't they announce Avowed last year, or was it a year before that?
It was the year before that, yeah.
Damn, dude, all these games were 2 years ago.
They announced a lot very early. That's why I think
it's like so weird.
But again,
so maybe they will.
we've
I
talked
still put
about
it maybe.
eventually they're gonna have to talk about these things, and I
Mhm.
guess I said the same thing with PlayStation. Eventually they're gonna have to talk, and it wasn't in the fuck month was last month? May. It wasn't in May of 2023 that PlayStation decided to talk.
No.
Xbox has been quiet for a while. Yeah, they've had some things here and there. They've shown some things, but again, it's time for them to talk big about all this stuff. Like again, they bought so many studios through 2018 to 2020 that we haven't seen anything from those studios.
Mhm.
Okay, we've seen things, but we haven't played anything from those studios. I think it's time to really show us what's going on. And like I said with PlayStation, it's time to dump on us. It's time to give us that content dump. Enough with this. Oh, everything you see here is going to be playable in the next 12 months. They've done that for a couple years. That shit doesn't work because everything gets delayed. So just if everything's going to get delayed, just dump everything on us. Let us know what Xbox Studios is working on out there. Let us see it. Let us just salivate on it for the next year and a half, 2 years, and just let us figure our own shit out. Just tell us what's going on. All right, my next maybe so. Let's see, I've done Doom, Gears, Kojima. Okay, my next maybe so because I don't know what the hell's going on with this game. Everything we've heard about this game is bad news, so let's hope it's not. But we get an update from Perfect Dark. We get to see it for the first time officially, and yeah, that's a very hard maybe so because everything we've heard is not good with that game. It's falling into again factions territory where it just doesn't seem like it's coming together properly. So,
Mhm.
all right, since you're done, I'll just keep it going right along.
Yeah.
We get an update from Everwild, which is Rare's new game that they're working on. So it's the game that they're gonna be coming out after Sea of Thieves. Game's been announced. I think it was at
Oh
last
yeah.
year's. So we might get an update there. That's kind of like, a maybe so. All right, let me go to my last two crazy off the wall ones that I just kind of came up with. We get the long awaited, long wanted revival of Banjo and Kazooie.
Yeah.
Xbox
Ooh,
out PlayStation's PlayStation. That's what I'm
I do
saying.
have one more now. I do have one more. I forgot.
I was building up the what.
Yo, Mike, come back, please.
No. I'm saving my last one because I planned for this. I was building up the hype for it, and you
I'm
gotta
so
fucking
sorry.
ruin it. No, I'm just
Let
kidding.
me let me go in one more. This is one that I kind of hope isn't real, so that's why I'm putting it as a maybe. And this is gonna be weird that you're when I say this, why you think I don't want it to be a thing, but I've been seeing some rumors popping up recently about this, and I'm really hoping it's wrong. But um, there's been a rumor that Halo 3 is gonna be getting a remaster. I'm really hoping this isn't true.
Yeah, that seems a weird one.
I don't want it to be true, so that's why I'm putting it as maybe. But there's a lot of rumors popping up about it, a lot of talk coming around about it, and even a lot of people in the comments are like, please don't, we don't want this.
It's like
Like
the
Halo,
it's like the Horizon Zero Dawn remake. Like, just don't.
just don't,
No, we
please.
don't want it.
Yeah, like I love Halo 3. I think Halo 3 still looks damn good to this day. I don't think we need a remake of it. I don't want to see it being redone. I think everybody loves it the way it is, but a lot of people are worried that they're going to actually, which is weird to say that, but a lot of people are really worried about them remastering this game, and then also like making that the main thing in MCC. So like they make that as like a side purchase, and it takes over normal Halo 3 multiplayer. Well, I guess that wouldn't really be a problem. Never mind, because it wouldn't really take over Halo 3 multiplayer, just like Halo 2 when they remastered those maps, it didn't take over normal Halo 2. So I really wouldn't think that's a problem. So I guess I wouldn't really be that upset about this. I would be very interested in it. So I guess I really wouldn't be that bothered by it. But do
If
I think they
343
need
is
to do
making it, I
this?
don't want it.
That's the thing. Like I also just think like if they do that, they're kind of spitting in the face of the fact that they need to fix their game already, which is Halo Infinite. And it's gonna be 343 that's gonna be doing a remaster if they are doing that. I hope
I
to
still
God they're
haven't
not doing a
played Halo
remaster.
Infinite.
We
I
need to
don't.
play it together.
I
We'll
know we
try it out.
do, but all right. Can I go to
Well,
my last crazy
yes.
off the wall one that I know you're gonna pop? If this is real, I'm gonna say
Hmm.
this is no way going to happen ever. But if it does,
Hmm.
greatest event in modern video game history, and that is the official re-reveal of Scalebound.
Scalebound's coming back.
I fucking want it so bad, dude.
People
I want
lost
it
their
so
shit if that
bad.
game was still, dude. That is honestly the biggest crime of the Xbox One generation was Scalebound. That game looked so good. I was so hyped when I had the Xbox One, and I was like, dude, this game looks awesome. You know, like I was at that time. They had like what they showed off like Sunset Overdrive. They had Scalebound and everything. I'm like, oh man, Xbox is really starting to come it together. You know, they're gonna get some good stuff out here. And then Scalebound got, never came out because it supposedly was in super heavy development hell.
There is some
God.
mind share reasoning behind this, even though, guys, this is never happening. If it does, it's like it's the greatest event in the modern video game history.
Dude,
for me.
honestly, this would be the best thing ever. I would be pumped.
Yeah.
I'd be so
But the
happy.
reason I want it to happen is because I've talked about how Platinum Games works on a roller coaster. They make good game, shit game, good game, shit game, good game, shit game. Well, guess what? They just made a shit game. And that is Babylon's Fall. It's time for the good game, and that good game is Scalebound. And if it happens, I'm gonna run out of this fucking. I'm gonna forget to unplug. Take my entire audio interface with me. You're gonna see everything fly, and I'm gonna lose my fucking shit because I want Scalebound so bad. It's the only game I really truly would die for Xbox for. I want Scalebound so bad. And it's funny, it's not even an Xbox game. It's a Platinum game. But it looked so badass.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like Devil May Cry riding dragons. And that's like the coolest tagline I could have.
With the headphones every time. God, dude, it was so cool. I was like, this looks fucking awesome. Xbox.
But like I said, never gonna happen.
Good. And then, that's like a big maybe. That's like the Bloodborne remake kind of thing.
No, it's not, because Bloodborne remake should be fucking happening by now, alright? I'm not forgiving them for anything. Bloodborne remake should have happened. Or at least a
Bloodborne should have happened,
You know what?
Man.
Not even a Bloodborne remake. A Bloodborne fucking update, at least.
And it's really funny because a lot of people I listen to, they even agree that like a lot of people aren't asking for much. They just say like, if you honestly just upgrade it to 4K with 60, no one's gonna cry or complain. They'll be like, sure, cool, that's what we want. We're happy
honestly,
with that. Like,
this isn't even a negative. This is just me making a comment. Bloodborne looks the same, if not a little better than Elden Ring.
Yeah,
you don't. Yeah, I mean,
Bloodborne looks using the same engine.
Yeah, Bloodborne looks incredible. Like, you don't need a visual update. You don't need the Demon Souls treatment to Bloodborne. No, just fucking give us 60 frames. That's literally all anybody's asking for. Give us 60 frames a second. That's all we want. It's the simplest. Well, maybe not that simple. It's probably not. I don't know, but it feels like it should be simple, or at least not hard.
That's the same way I feel about Red Dead Redemption 2, dude. A lot of people would not complain if they just gave them a 60 frames per second update. No one would complain. Everybody like, fuck yeah, cool. Got a free upgrade. Runs better now. No one would care. No one would be like, oh man, I'm so upset that you didn't completely remake the game. You know, like obviously a remake is awesome, but like I'm happy with you just updating it so that I can play it. Because I would love to play Bloodborne, but man, dude, 30 FPS, that's tough. That's tough, man. I don't think I can do it.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, if some of these predictions are, I would say even if half of these predictions come true, we're in for a wild fucking ride from Xbox, and it's gonna be a banger of a show. Let's hope it was, because honestly, I expected both of these shows to be bangers, and we did get one from Team Blue. So Team Green, come in hot. It's your time. You have the window. PlayStation floundered. You have your chance. Yes, it is.
Dude,
they threw you the ball. All you gotta do is catch it and put it in the rim. Let's hope they can do it.
And you've had all these games that, like, yes, you've had a lot of dead years, but like, come on, this is the year where you prove to everyone that you have a lot of shit that's actually about to be ready and come out. Like you've been just holding your cards this entire time while PlayStation's been throwing down all the cards, and now you're like, all right, it's time, and then just start boom, boom. Boom, boom, please. We need that. I think everybody wants that, dude. I want to see Xbox do good too out there. I want Xbox to come out with some good games again. I want to see some innovation. I think Hi-Fi Rush is honestly the most exciting Xbox Series X game to come out right now. Or Series game to come out. I still love that game. I still think that is probably the best.
And I don't know if that's
so far.
I don't know.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, I was gonna
say. That's a double-A game. That's a double-A game, and it's the best game I played on Xbox so far. That's like an exclusive. So please.
Tell me Halo Infinite wasn't the best game?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Redfall?
Redfall was definitely
We're gonna be
the best
talking
game.
about that soon, actually. So
That's a fun ass story to read, dude. All right.
yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was our predictions for the Xbox Game Showcase for July 11th, 2023. We'll be there with you. We'll be watching along with you. You can watch along with us. Everyone will be there. Can Xbox bring this home? I hope so, kind of. As a Sony fan, they need to know they fucked up here. Because right now, they've made some mistakes, and it hasn't bit them in the ass because they're selling consoles like fucking hotcakes. So they're just like, whatever. People didn't like our showcase. Fucking go buy the box. You're going to anyway. They need to know here. Again, I want Xbox to be strong because that makes PlayStation stronger. That's the way I look at it. I want Xbox to be...
need competition.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
I want Xbox to be really good because, one, I get to play the games, yes, but also then that makes PlayStation be good. And I want that more than I want Xbox to be good. So I want both of them to be healthy. And I guess I've just gotten so used to one of them not being that healthy. So,
yeah.
All right. We're going to go now to around the point where we here at the Experience Point go around the video game world and give you the news that you need to know about. Number one on Around the Point in what can only be described as one of the most baffling decisions ever made by PlayStation. 6 days after the vaunted, anticipated, disappointing showcase, they announced Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart coming to PC. All right. Reading from the thing, PlayStation announced that Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart will come to PC via stream and Epic Games Store on July 27th. The PC port was a collaboration between Insomniac Games and Nixxes Software. This version features ray trace reflection with varying quality levels, as well as ray trace shadows for natural light in outdoor areas. Additionally, there are 3 different aspect ratios to support ultra-wide and triple monitor setups. Such as blah, 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 blah. There are also unlocked frame rate, and players will be able to choose from different upscaling options, including NVIDIA's DLSS, AMD FSR, Intel XeSS, and Insomniac's own temporal injection. Both NVIDIA Reflex and NVIDIA DLAA are supported as well. As for the controller aspect, the game supports full mouse and keyboard support along with customizable controls. Controllers are also supported, and the DualSense haptic feedback can be felt when hooked up via a wired connection. Those who pre-order will get early access to in-game Cornerbox armor and pixelizer weapons, which is literally just the pre-order DLCs from the first game, and so on and so forth. Set for release, like I said, July 26, 2027. And while this is awesome, I can't wait for people to experience one of my favorite games for PS5. Why the fuck wasn't this at the showcase?
I think the biggest reason is because PlayStation wanted to make their entire showcase strictly just about PlayStation games, but then I guess now that kind of doesn't make sense.
This is a PlayStation game.
They showed a well, what I mean by that is specifically for the console, but
they showed the Uncharted collection.
They showed multiplayer. They showed a lot of multiplayer games. Yeah,
and so, they showed honestly, the Uncharted collection at the last showcase.
Yeah, I don't know. In
September 2021.
I really don't get why they didn't do it, actually. It doesn't make much sense at all.
Dude, when this popped up on my fucking feed, I was like, you've got to be shitting me. You've got to be kidding me. It was 6 days after, so it's not like you didn't have this news ready to go. Maybe you didn't have a definitive release date, but you could have just put summer 2023 on it if you knew it was around that window. Well, like, I don't know. This also, like I said, I got cucked on the internet because right after I saw this, the day after, I saw a Twitter fake account post a Spider-Man collection for the PS5, and it looked legit until I looked into it, and it said the exact date, and I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Like, there's no way. There's no way. And then I clicked on it, I was like, okay, that's clearly not real, but I was so heated. And I just don't understand. Like, again, I'm probably not going to play this because I've already beat the game 3 times. I love Rift Apart. I platinumed the game. This game's incredible. If you don't have a PlayStation, you have a PC, and you want to play a fantastic kind of old school, action adventure, platforming shooter game, this is where it's at. And it's beautiful. It's amazing. It plays well. This is a fantastic video game. I don't want to take anything away from that. But I'm so confused. I am just so baffled at why wasn't this here? 6 days, not even a week after the showcase, and they're like, yeah, sure, here you go.
Yeah, I don't get it. But I think also supposedly very soon, there's a lot of rumors just like this game. Which, by the way, they actually rumored before the showcase that there was going to be a PC port game coming out exact date. They said July
Yeah,
27th.
we talked about
And
it
guess what?
last episode.
Yeah, and it happened
The
to be Ratchet
snitch.
and Clank.
The
Yeah,
snitch on Twitter called this. Like we talked about it
yeah.
last week, and he was right. So I don't understand. Like he said, I'm very confused of why they just didn't show it off. Like all you need is a short trailer that just says coming to PC. And people would have been like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. That would have been, you could have put that smack dab in the middle and given us a high point in the showcase. Because that's
And
fucking
then
cool.
I think pretty soon, I think also a Ghost of Tsushima port's going to be announced. So still waiting for that. But yeah, I don't know why they didn't just show it there. Like it would have been a win, but I guess there's those PlayStation fanboys out there that are like, oh my god, they had a lot of releases for PC, but none for our PlayStation or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah. There's also there's a weird sect of the internet that's trying to roast PlayStation because during the marketing, they were talking about how the SSD's power of the PlayStation enabled the development of this game.
Which I'm curious about, actually. I'm very curious to see. I bet you there's going to be tests out there when this comes out, and people are going to strictly play on like really slow hard drives. And
Yeah.
I want to see what happens, because that's
I
something I'm
almost
very curious
guarantee
about.
you it doesn't perform well on a hard drive.
No.
The specs aren't even out yet, so this could have a minimum recommendation of an SSD. The
Yeah.
specs aren't even out yet, so they could be like, yo, you can't really play this without an SSD. So people,
Or maybe it'll be like Hogwarts Legacy, where you have to it has like a loading screen. Like
Yeah.
when you jump through the little things,
oh my
it
god, that
pops
would
up a loading
suck.
screen.
Because there's
That'd be awkward.
There's that one section at the beginning of the game where you're just falling through these things like
Mhm.
back to back, and there's a loading screen between each of those. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that would be awful. But yeah, there's people always hate on everything, and I don't like those people. If you have criticisms, speak your criticisms, but don't hate on something that doesn't have anything backed in reality. Like the specs aren't even out yet, the game's not even out yet. If it comes out and if it runs on an HDD perfectly fine, then you could say a little bit about the marketing. But also, you got to market your game. This was this is early on in the PS5's life cycle. You want people to buy the box. You're like, hey, here's this game that's only possible through the power of the PlayStation 5. That's a marketing thing. Like, give it a little bit of a break here, guys. All right. You seem bored, so we're going to move on. Excuse me. Number two.
Excited. I am very excited, though, to see that come to PC.
But yeah. I hope it's not $60. Because I kind of do want to try it out, even though my PC is not even stronger than PS5, so I don't know what I'm going to get.
Oh, it's going to be $60 for sure.
Yeah. Probably. All right. Number 2 on Around the Point. The Lord of the Rings Gollum developers apologize for the underwhelming launch and promise a patch is on the way. And I just wanted to throw this in here. I'm fairly confident that the performance of this game is not the most disastrous thing that people have to complain about this game. I just want to say that before we get into it. So, Data Like Entertainment has apologized for the underwhelming launch of The Lord of the Rings Gollum and is currently working on fixing the game's issues. You're going to have to remake the game to do that, but the statement that they made on Twitter is, hold on, my internet's being slow, uno momento, which, by the way, I realized it's un momento, not uno.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I
don't understand, because in English, we don't drop the E. When we say one, we don't say on moment. We say one moment. So why do they drop the... Anyway, that's an argument they had for not a podcast. But anyway, Daedalic... Can I still read it? Yeah. Daedalic Studios said, Dear players, we would like to sincerely apologize for the underwhelming experience many of you have had with The Lord of the Rings Gollum upon its release. We acknowledge and deeply regret that the game did not meet the expectations we set for ourselves or for our dedicated community. Please accept our sincere apology for any disappointment this may have caused. Our goal as a studio and as a passionate Lord of the Rings fan has always been to tell a compelling and immersive story. That's amazing. In an immersive story-driven adventure. Crafting a story with Middle-earth as our playground has been the greatest honor and the biggest challenge we have faced so far. At Daedalic, we understand that a game's success relies on the enjoyment and satisfaction of its players. We genuinely value your feedback and have been actively listening to your voices, reading your comments, and analyzing the constructive criticism and suggestions you have provided. Our development team has been working diligently to address the bugs and technical issues many of you have experienced. We are committed to providing you with patches that will allow you to enjoy the game to its fullest potential. Once again, we deeply apologize for any inconvenience caused, and we appreciate your understanding during this time. We will continue to keep you updated on our progress and provide transparent communication regarding the upcoming patches and improvements. Your passion and dedication as players has been the driving force behind our determination to make things right. By the way, I want to point out this game is dropped to a 38 on OpenCritic.
Who's passionate about this game?
Nobody.
I just want to know that. Oh man.
I understand they have to say that. You can't just come out and be like, "Sorry, we made a shit game." You got to say "Hey, we'll try to fix it." You know.
No, you got to do the average new developer talk now. You got to say, "Oh, I'm sad to say that some of you guys are having bad experiences." Not everyone, because it is everyone, but some.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single person. I mean, I guess there's probably some people that enjoyed the game. I don't know. I don't understand. Oh, sorry. It's not that bad. It's a 39. But you want to know how many critics recommend this game?
1%.
4%.
It's close.
You were close. Let me see what Metacritic is. Let me get some public opinions thrown in here. I'm just gonna type in Gollum. Will that pop up? Yes, it does. Cool. 35 on Metacritic, by the way. User score of 1.1. Yeah, a whole bunch of people like to get. This game is so shit. Only 168 people have put a score in.
I gotta say, I'm really sorry for the people out there that actually did purchase this game. Like, there are definitely people out there that literally spent their hard-earned money buying this game, unironically. And I gotta say, I'm sorry. But I don't know. We have a friend named Andrew that pays $70 for a game called Madden every year. So I mean,
hey, leave Andrew.
It's not a surprise.
He's a nice guy. He just has a lower. He just has a lower KD than.
There's your shout out, by the way, Andrew. There you go.
You want to talk about showing what people care and don't care about? Lord of the Rings Gollum, 168 user scores. Last of Us Part 2, 161,000.
It's a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, some people
a wee bit.
Some people care about your game, and then sometimes people don't give a shit if your game's good or bad. So, anyway, if you are enjoying Lord of the Rings Gollum out there, I'm very happy for you. That is awesome. I'm glad you get to experience something that you love. I will never. No, that's a lie. I am going to play this game eventually when it's $5 on GameStop. I'm going to get it, and I'm going to live stream the fuck out of this. Maybe not live.
If you are playing Gollum out there, I highly recommend you go play a better game called Shadow of Mordor.
That is true.
Yeah, that
Shadow of War.
Shadow of War, which I like Shadow of War.
No, the first one is Shadow of Mordor. Yeah, Shadow of Mordor is better than Shadow of War. Never mind. Play Shadow of Mordor. It's better.
I wish Shadow of War is good, but it's a lot more grindy towards the end. Shadow of Mordor is an overall better package game. It's not as grindy, which I like. So yeah.
A lot of people say some games don't get the end game right. Shadow of War fucked up getting to the end game.
Oh my god, yeah.
You have to grind to get to the final. I did not like Shadow of War.
It sucks too because the game has so much potential, dude. I love the castle sieges. Awesome. I think the combat was still good. I think they definitely upgraded the Nemesis system. I love the Nemesis system. But yeah, it's just the story wasn't as good. I almost said as good, but I said as good. And just the end game, and also just felt so absurdly grindy at the end. It just wasn't fun anymore, and I was like, oh, this is kind of lame. But yeah, go play Shadow of Mordor. If you like Gollum, you're gonna absolutely be blown away when you play Shadow of Mordor. So there you go. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
All right, number 3 on Around the Point. Very exciting news for that man up there. Meta has officially announced the Quest 3, and they had a live event. We're going to go through some of the things we thought. We're not going to spend too much time on it, but there is one thing that I thought was out of fucking nowhere and really weird. But anyway, the official announcement came right before the showcase, which I thought was weird, but anyway, because it wasn't even a leak. It was like an official announcement. So anyway, ahead of the MetaQuest Gaming Showcase, the company officially announced the MetaQuest 3, which launches this fall for $499. The MetaQuest 3 will feature a next-gen Qualcomm chipset and promises twice the graphics performance of its predecessor. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg touted in his latest Instagram post that the Quest 3 is the company's most powerful headset to date. A blog post for the announcement notes that the MetaQuest 3 will be fully compatible with Quest 2 games and will have a 40% slimmer optic profile compared to its predecessor. The Quest 2.
Mike, what's happening behind you, by the way? Sounds like someone's like.
Oh, that was Kona's tail hitting stuff.
Oh, okay. I was like, dude, what is happening behind you? I could hear it all. I was like, what
Yeah.
the heck? All right, keep going. Sorry.
For comparison, the Quest 2 was introduced nearly 3 years ago. Is also getting a price cut to $299 for the 128 gigabyte and $349.99 for the 256 gigabyte. This move comes nearly a year after it announced it was increasing the price. No one cares. No one cares about the Quest 2 anymore. Quest 3's here. So, all right, Mr. Birdman. Yeah. Before we get into the games that were showed off at this showcase, what do you think, man? Are you excited?
Oh, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to get it day one, dude. I am fucking pumped for this headset, dude.
So is my dad. He already pre-ordered it.
Yeah, dude. Can you even pre-order right now? Because I tried to look it up and it says you. I was like, because I was looking it up, but
he's very excited.
I'm very pumped for this headset, dude. I absolutely love my Quest 2 a lot, but I think this is kind of fixing a lot of my issues. Is that it's gonna have a higher resolution screen. It's gonna have a lot more graphics power behind it, so it's gonna play games a lot better. It's gonna have pancake lenses, which is a lot like what more modern VR headsets use nowadays, which is I haven't really used many headsets, so I don't really know exactly what that is, but I guess it maybe increases the FOV a lot more. So that's exciting. Yeah, just also they're doing some really cool stuff with the mixed reality in this headset. Like they showed the Demio game where the dude was playing on like a table and it had full color path where you can look around and see everything in color. But so like you can have like a table in front of you and it'll actually look real, and it has depth sensors in the front. I don't know. This looks awesome. I know a lot of people may not like meta, which is fair. I'm getting this for the metaverse. I don't give a shit about the metaverse. I more get this because I like playing games.
You being attacked over there?
Dude. There's a fucking fly that keeps
last
going
week there's a bug that flew up my fucking nose, so
yeah. But yeah, I'm very pumped for this. I can't wait. I'm really happy that it actually ended up being announced. I had a feeling it was. They already had a lot of like they're really not good covering up their new releases because
no, they're not.
I knew about the Pro like 2 months before it came out because people already had like pictures of supposedly someone left one of them in a hotel room, and so this one of the managers came in and found it and took pictures of it and posted on Reddit, and then boom, just like that, it was everywhere. Same for this. I kind of already knew what it was kind of gonna look like, but I'm very pumped for this thing, man. I honestly might get it because I really think that's a good price. As long as it does actually do twice the graphics performance, I want to see some stuff come out first before I pre-order it. So hopefully Linus Tech Tips, you hear me? I better see a damn video soon about this
thing. Did you hear that Linus is retiring?
Yeah, that's kind of...
Well, crazy.
Kind of.
Took me by surprise.
Kind of. He's not exactly retiring. He gave his management role to one of his old bosses. Okay. So he isn't retiring.
I didn't watch the video. I watched the first 30 seconds.
Like he owns the company, but he's giving his boss role to his old boss.
He's stepping down as a CEO.
Yeah, because he doesn't think he's doing a good enough job, which clearly he is doing a good enough job. But
they get like
you know
millions
how
of
he
views
is.
per episode.
Yeah, dude, he literally has a Porsche, dude. He's got everything right now. He's fucking loaded. Okay, but that's a whole different topic. All I'm saying, very pumped. Can't wait. I think this headset looks great. I honestly might be getting it at launch, hopefully.
Yeah, $499 for the 128 gigabyte. I mean, if they stick with the same pricing, $599 for the 256 gigabyte. And if they have any more options, they don't specify. They just say we'll offer more if you want some space. I mean, I said, PSVR wasn't as expensive as people are. I don't think this is too expensive. There's a lot of people out there that they see the $500 price point and they freak out. And I'm like, guys, this shit is expensive. It takes a lot to build this stuff. It takes a lot to develop this shit. It's just $500 for a console headset technology just isn't expensive anymore.
Yeah,
it's not...
and people aren't even taking in the fact that this thing is literally a standalone headset. Yeah. It's not like the PSVR, which don't get me wrong, that has still an amazing headset and everything. But you got to take in the fact that this is a standalone headset that can play games standalone. You don't need a PC, you don't need a console, you don't need anything. You just have the headset and you can play games and do whatever you want with it. But Not only that, which man, PSVR needs to listen to this shit. You can even hook it to your PC and play PC games on it. Which, come on, PSVR, do it already.
They're
Add some
not going
PC
to. Other
support.
people are
I
going to
know
do it
they're
for
not
them.
going to, which is dumb. But yeah, I'm very pumped. We're going to be getting into the games, and some games were pretty cool in this. But I was more pumped about the headset, which, yeah, hopefully I can get it.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell people out there, like, I gotta stick to my guns. I didn't think PSVR 2 was overly expensive. I don't think this is overly expensive. $500 to $600 is just how much this stuff's gonna cost now.
Ooh.
It's not 2010 anymore. We're not getting $250, $300, $400 consoles no more. That's not the world that we live in. I don't want to be a dick to people out there, but I think you just kind of got to figure that out. Like, things are not going to be that cheap ever again, because it's just not a part of the conversation, and it's not the reality of what these things are anymore. This shit is expensive. It's high quality. It's high budget. It's powerful. You're gonna have to spend some money if you want to play this stuff. I'm sorry, people out there. That's the bullet you gotta have to bite down on.
I will say the last bit of very important info that I really liked when they announced just the headset in general is the backwards compatibility. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, that's cool.
All games from Quest 1 to Quest 2, all those games are going to be playable on this. And I'm like, fuck yeah, good. That's what I want to hear. I mean, it's nothing new. Quest 2 was able to play all Quest 1 games. So it's kind of like, it's a no-brainer that Quest 3 would do the exact same. But still cool info. I love to hear it because it would kind of suck to hear that Quest 3 comes out and it can only play Quest 3 games. Especially when VR right now isn't doing so great because of the fact that there isn't a lot of software. But in doing this, you're constantly going to have tons and tons of back catalog of games. So very hype. Definitely going to be playing Bone Lab when I get this headset, dude, because I can't wait to play Bone Lab on a nicer headset.
I think
So,
we can expect more backwards compatibility moving forward now that we have kind of like a standard of like how to play. Like, the main thing why PSVR 2 isn't backwards compatible with PSVR is just because
they're completely different.
Yeah, it doesn't even work the same way. There's like not a conceivable way to play old PSVR games without like a port. Like, they just don't.
Yeah, well, and that's
control
pretty
the
much
same
what's
way.
happening now. A lot of those old games are just being kind of brought up.
Yeah.
Did you have to buy Beat Saber again?
Nope, it's a free update.
Okay, good. I'm about to say, so that's a good thing. So it's pretty much what they're doing, you know. They're
I mean,
just
I bought the
updating
music
it,
pack,
so-
which was $14.99, but yeah, dude,
That's
it's like
fair.
it's $2 a song. I'm like, damn, that's a lot. You're asking for a lot of money there, but
Yeah,
I bought
dude,
one
it's
pack. That was
expensive.
about it. So, but anyway, all right, the games, we're going to run through these real quick, see if Logan has anything to say about any of them. There's a couple of cool ones I wanted to point out. So, the first cool one is Assassin's Creed VR, officially named Assassin's Creed Nexus VR. This seems kind of interesting. I didn't really watch too much about it. I don't even think they really had a deep trailer, did they?
No. So
No.
Ubisoft, the new Ubisoft thing that's coming up, that's when they're gonna show it. So
Yeah.
they announced this game a year ago or whatever. Not like the name of it, but they said there was gonna be an Assassin's Creed VR game. So this year they finally gave us a name, which is cool to see that it actually is still being made. And it's even funny because when you get to the part of the video, she's like, "You guys have been asking about this game quite a bit, so
Who?
we're gonna finally." There are a
Who?
lot of people that actually really want to play the new Assassin's Creed. Dude, come on. Assassin's Creed in VR sounds fucking cool.
I guess it does, yeah.
The new Ubisoft, whatever, Direct, Connect, whatever the fuck they're calling
Forward.
it. Forward.
Ubisoft 4. That's what they've called it for years. What are you freaking
I
out
know.
about?
I don't know why. I thought it was like Connect or something. Okay, but whatever. Forward. I guess that makes sense. So yeah, they're gonna be showing gameplay of Nexus at the Forward. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm pretty interested in it. You know, like that's again kind of what I like to see. I want to see some of these games get brought over and everything. I mean, I am sad about one game that isn't in this list that we haven't talked about them yet, but San Andreas. GTA San Andreas was supposed to come to VR. Like they announced it last year and then it just didn't get brought up this year whatsoever. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't, but a lot of people do remember that though because the internet never forgets. So there's a lot of people in the comments like, so Meta, where's that GTA San Andreas? Because I mean, heck, dude, that would be kind of cool. It'd be the first open world like kind of game like that, I guess, right? On VR, I would think. Yeah.
All
right, go on.
Yeah, the showcase wrapped. We're not going in order here. I'm just going in whatever order the list is. But the showcase wrapped with first-party Sanzaru games announcing the sequel, Asgard's Wrath 2. It is a ARPG, just like the first one. It was, like I said, it was the final announcement at the showcase, and I thought this was important because it is technically a first-party metagame.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I heard a lot of good things about the first one.
yeah,
So
they had a huge demo walkthrough of the game. I didn't watch it, but
it's cool. I
that's
kind
cool.
of it's interesting because like you're like a god, but you take control of these warriors, and it seems like there's a lot going on in it. Again, never played the first one, but does look kind of cool. Yeah.
Samba de Amigo Party Central is coming to MetaQuest. This is a Nintendo Switch game that's coming with a VR mode 2 MetaQuest headsets on August 29th. I didn't look at this, so if you got anything, let me know, or else I'm just going to keep going.
Okay, yeah, go on.
Okay. NFL Pro Era is getting a sequel. This one's actually cool. I've tried the demo of NFL Pro Era. Kind of a cool idea. It's not anything special. I'm
Yeah,
not
because you're
spending any
just a
money.
quarterback, right? Yeah, you're
Yeah.
just a quarterback. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's neat. It's fun. So
It's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah.
Stranger Things VR got a new gameplay trailer. Sorry, this thing was announced last year. Players take control of season 4 villain Vecca. We saw an extended look at the game,
Vecna.
including
That's okay.
fucking
It's
I don't know. All right, when you can say depth, come at me. All right.
Depth.
Okay, you can say it once. Say it in a sentence.
Depth. There's a lot of depth.
Okay, say it when you're not thinking
trailer.
of it. There you go. Another
my
look.
brain has to think of the word.
Another look at Ghost Riders. Oh my god, Ghostbusters. Right, Ghost Rider would be really cool. I want a Ghost Rider game.
Sick, dude.
Another look at Ghostbusters: Rise of the Ghost Lord, coming this fall. I Expect You to Die 3 cog in the machine.
Let's go.
Oh,
yes.
you like this?
Dude, Expect You to Die is a fun puzzle game. It's like an escape room in a sense, but it's really just funny and enjoyable. Like, trust me, dude, doesn't look like much, but this is a really fun VR game. It's not the most advanced VR game, but it is a fun one. Amy buys both of them. She's really excited for this one. I will admit it's quite a bit of fun. I beat the first one and I got through most of the second one. And it's fun. It's a difficult kind of puzzle game where you got to kind of figure out your way to obviously not die. But it says I expect you to die for a reason because there's a lot of ways to die in each scenario. But it's a fun game. And if you want to get it at some point when it's on sale, because I'm pretty sure it's on the PSVR as well, it's a fun game. I really do admit it. It's a really fun little escape room type of game. It's good.
It's from the Among Us VR developers. Didn't know that. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Silent Slayer Vault of the Vampire is the next project from Shell Games. Also, the Among Us VR. Man, they're making all kinds of stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Racket Club, a new tennis game from the developer behind Bastion and Demio, coming out sometime, as of yet to be announced. Vampire the Masquerade Justice, announced and launching later this year. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, look at this. All right. I've always had a passing interest in Vampire the Masquerade. Never played a single game from any of their franchises. Never played a single one. But the idea of it just, I don't know, it just feels cool to me. But I've never played a single one. Probably never will. Anyway, Arizona Sunshine 2 got another announcement trailer. I'm pretty sure it's the same trailer as the VR one, right? I'm pretty sure it's the exact same trailer that was at Sony.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. This is the first time PSVR has been ahead of the game on Meta.
Yeah,
look
at that.
Like, I'm surprised. Yeah.
Dungeons of Eternity, a new VR action RPG game, very akin to Asgard's Wrath, comes out later, sometime this year. The Seventh Quest, a VR game, originally not a VR game, originally released in the 90s. The original game was originally released in the 90s. The Seventh Quest is a puzzle adventure game, and Vertigo Games announced it was recreating the game via VR headsets. This one took me by surprise. First look at Attack on Titan VR Unbreakable. Attack on Titan VR Unbreakable will arrive on MetaQuest headsets later this year. It will have players tackling missions as they take on killer titans. The first concept trailer shows a lot of potential for fast-paced gameplay, and it will be interesting to see more if it has to offer ahead of its winter release date.
Dude, it looks fucking awesome. I would love to play this game in VR.
And then the big one for me, the one that I actually popped for, Bulletstorm. Coming to VR from People Can Fly. That one took
and
me
it's coming
to
it's coming to PlayStation as well.
Yeah, very excited. So if you guys don't know, Bulletstorm is a old school epic believe Epic. Yeah, Epic made the game
Mm-hmm.
from 2011, and People Can Fly are the developers behind, in my opinion, the underrated Outriders. Logan wouldn't know because I left him in the fucking dust on that. So sneeze, bless you, yawn, cough, do something. There it is. Nice, got it. So this
Just
was
like
really
the
exciting.
Bullet Storm. Can't wait.
Yeah, this one's really exciting. I thought this was really cool. Watch the trailer. Seems really interesting. Probably gonna play it. No release date yet, so I don't know when I'll play it, but I probably will get
It
it.
honestly seems like the perfect kind of VR shooter game, honestly. So I
And it looked
loved
good.
it. I played it way back in the day on the 360 because the cool thing is when you played this game and or you either rented it or bought it, you got Gears of War 3 beta with it as well. So this is before Gears of War 3 came out, but I love this game. I actually really enjoyed it quite a bit. That's also
And
because it had the same. I think it used the same engine. I think it used Unreal Engine 3, as Gears of War 3 did. So
and the game looks good. Doesn't look as good as something
it
like
does.
Horizon, but it'll probably play better than Horizon.
Probably a lot more to do than
Yeah,
Horizon.
but man, Horizon's fucking beautiful. You just climb.
Yeah.
I mean, you do fight. The combat is really awesome. There's just not a lot of it.
Yeah.
When you get in combat in the game, and you're like diving and ducking out of things, and you're putting your hand behind, you're flicking the arrows. It plays awesome. There's only just like in the whole game, there may be like 8 combat encounters in the entire game.
Dude, I
There's
can't
not.
wait to show you. I'm gonna bring my VR headset when I come down next, so you can play Bone Lab, dude. I just want you to play
I'm gonna
Bone Lab.
throw up immediately.
It's the best VR game, other than Half-Life Alyx, which I think both are about equal VR games that ever come out because
Okay,
they
well,
are the most actual VR games out right now. Because
I
you
mean,
actually can do just about anything you can think of, whereas most games there's a lot of limiting factors behind it. So yeah.
I'm gonna say Beat Saber's the best VR game ever made. I
I
fucking
mean,
love.
it technically sales wise, yes, you are correct. I think it is the
I love
best.
Beat Saber so much, dude. I don't know why I love it so much. All right, well, let us know down below what you thought of the Meta Showcase. Yeah, exciting, cool. I'm not gonna get it
Yeah.
because I already have a VR, but for the
Well,
people
yeah.
out
There's
there,
no point.
yeah.
Yeah.
For the people that are looking for an upgrade to the Meta Quest 2, don't have a PS5, don't have a PC, perfect. Here you go. My dad's very excited about it. I showed him the
Yeah.
PSVR 2 and said he immediately wanted the Quest 3s. He was talking to me about it, so he's gonna get this thing when it comes out. He's super excited about it. I don't know how much he'll play it, probably not, but
I might do the same. I probably will be getting this day one. I'm very excited for it, actually.
all right.
So.
And on to a very fun story. I had to laugh at this one and cry at the same time. Number 4 on Around the Point. The Redfall developers apparently didn't even want to finish the game and called for it to be delayed or straight up canceled. This reading from the Bloomberg article. Arcane Studios' development of Redfall was reportedly so troubled as developers hoped Microsoft would cancel the game after acquiring the company in 2020. As I said, Bloomberg released a report, having spoken to several anonymous sources familiar with Redfall's development after it launched last month to poor reviews and significant technical issues. These sources claim Redfall struggled with a misguided vision, staffing issues, and more. Things allegedly became so bad at Arcane that despite having put 2 years into Redfall at the time of the Xbox acquisition, staff wish it would be rebooted as a single-player game or canceled altogether. The switch to a multiplayer focus, which was reportedly pushed by parent company ZeniMax, appeared to be a major cause of Redfall's issues. Developers who worked on the single-player Prey and Dishonored were now working on a multiplayer game, and Bloomberg reported that 70% of these staff members left by the end of Redfall's development. Replacing them was
Yeah.
also claimed to be an issue of the same reason. Applicants looking to replace those roles were developers passionate about single-player games and not the multiplayer game that Arcane needed. This led to what's claimed to be a perpetual understaffed team of less than 100 employees. The project was also reportedly lacked direction as a result, with developers stuck between making a single-player and multiplayer game. The sources claim that management would also regularly switch reference points, saying Redfall should be like Far Cry one day and Borderlands the next, leaving designers with no clear idea of what game they were making. Microsoft obviously declined to comment on the report when reached out to by Bloomberg and IGN. So yeah, this just seemed like a complete another clusterfuck of epic proportions.
Yeah, this is what the problem is when I get why. So this isn't obviously all Xbox's fault, clearly, but I'm just saying, like, I think Xbox probably should reevaluate like by now they should already know this, but especially with two of their publishers and all that, and developers have already fucked up a lot of games. You shouldn't be always hands off. I feel like you should have somewhat hands on with whatever your developers are creating. And I feel like Xbox is trying to be very chill with developers, but they're a little too chill. They're just like, make whatever the fuck you want, even if it's garbage, you know? And yeah, it really sucks to see this because it's mainly just because Prey just didn't sell very well. So they're like, let's jump on that multiplayer bandwagon and make a quick buck. And clearly, none of the developers that made Prey or Dishonored know how to make multiplayer games or clearly have the passion to make one. And so they forced it down their throat. And clearly, I mean, it makes sense what we got from that. Yeah, they probably just didn't fucking want to make it. Most of the people that even made those games left, which sucks. And this is my problem with most developers nowadays, is when you try to force them to get some easy
70% of that studio left.
Yeah. That's insane.
Like, yes, it's clearly not on Xbox, but when you have an exodus of 70% of your studio, maybe you should look at the game.
Yeah.
Maybe you should be like, what are you guys doing over there? What's going on? Maybe.
Well, that's what I mean by Xbox needs to be more hands-on. Not super hands-on, but you need to get your hands on this shit and be a little bit more involved. You would think by now they've learned this mistake because they have a certain thing called 343 that is fucked up, one of the most beloved franchises of all time, and yet they're still trying to be hands-off with everything. Dude, Xbox, learn from your mistakes. You have made 2 big mistakes now. 3, technically, if you're going to count Halo 5. Focus on your studios and actually work with them. If they need help, do it. Listen to them. Maybe listen to them and be like, hey, clearly these people that are working on Redfall don't know how to make a multiplayer game. Scrap the idea, turn it into a single-player game. I don't know, just like there's so many ways you could have done this, and maybe just
or bring in people to help.
Yeah, maybe bring in, because like they brought Coalition and all that in like last minute for this game too to fix it, and clearly that just wasn't enough time.
Like, you think Sony bought Bungie just because they wanted Marathon? No, they wanted Bungie's expertise on how to make a multiplayer game.
Which I gotta say, there is one thing that bothered me about Bungie. I'm really hoping they're not just listening to Bungie about multiplayer shit, because I wonder if that's another reason why Factions is not out right now.
Well, we talked about that last week.
I know, but I hope Factions isn't being delayed because of what Bungie says, because I think Factions should be its own thing. They shouldn't have to be like Destiny or etc. Just because Bungie made one good live service game doesn't mean they can make a million more. So I just think I know they have good expertise, but maybe I'm just being weird about this. But I don't know. I want Factions to be its own thing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so. I don't want Factions to be Destiny 2.5 with zombies. But I guess if they looked at it and they said like, hey, this just isn't it. I mean, I would trust them at least a little bit if I was Sony. I mean, it's the reason they spent $3.4 billion on them, because they know what the hell they're doing. Like, I don't think, they would come in and be like, oh, this isn't Destiny enough. And Sony's going to be like, all right, fuck it, cancel it. That's not Sony. That's not what they do.
More loot.
Yeah. But I do think it was probably like, we don't really see how this is going to work well long term. So then Sony's like, all right, why don't we step back, reevaluate, try to figure out a way to keep people engaged in this game for years to come. Because that is the hardest thing with a live service game. How do you keep people playing for years to come? Destiny's had hundreds of thousands of people for 5 years. That's a special kind of talent.
Crazy idea, Mike. You don't make it a live service game. I've solved all crime. Cancer has been cured. We're all good, guys. I just don't get why people have to always make live service games. Like, dude, just make a multiplayer game. Just make a multiplayer game. Like, it doesn't need to be live service. It doesn't need to last 20 years. Just make a multiplayer game. Like, I don't know why you gotta make it live service.
I guess it's just one of those things, like, these things just cost so much, you gotta find some way to make that money
like DLC. Make cosmetics.
Well, what I've always said, now this may be a very unpopular opinion, it probably is, I don't think there should really be many only multiplayer games. In my mind, multiplayer should be a side thing or an extension.
Like back in the day.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a good
like
time.
Uncharted.
A good time.
Uncharted multiplayer is fun as hell. That's not the main point. It's there if you want to play it. It kept people playing.
And that's why
but
Last
you're
of Us
there
was
for the
so
story.
good.
Yeah.
Because they introduced a new combat style, but then they came out with multiplayer. And I thought multiplayer wasn't like next generation crazy thing, but they had a unique idea with it, and they put in all the stuff that they have in the game, like the building bombs and stuff like that. And then they just made a good multiplayer, and that's what it was. It was just fun. And I think that's what everybody's just kind of expecting with Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer. That's what everybody was hoping for. But now they kind of just went bigger and beyond with it. And I'm like, you didn't really have to do that. But
it's what Naughty Dog always does.
If they do make an Escape from Tarkov like game, I wouldn't complain. I think
Yeah.
that'd be fucking cool. But now I don't even know if they're gonna do that because they have Marathon coming out, which is basically which by the way, can I get this out here real quick? I've been listening to a lot of people. I think people are getting a little bit confused what an extraction game is, because I listened to the other day for what I'm going to call a decently popular podcast in gaming, where they said an extraction shooter was Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege is not an extraction shooter. I just want people to know that.
No, extraction shooter is DMZ.
Yeah, like DMZ, Escape from Tarkov, that dumbass mode that came out with the Battlefield 2042, or even Hunt Showdown. Those are extraction shooters. But everyone thinks for some reason Rainbow Six Siege, that's not an extraction shooter, guys. That's a tactical shooter. That's not, they're different.
Yeah,
They're
your
different.
goal isn't to, well, okay, I know. I mean, I guess your goal is to extract the people, right?
Yeah, but an extraction shooter is like, the way it's built, the mode, basically what the point is, and you play DMZ, so you kind of get a gist now what it is. You drop in, so like, and let's go to the basic start here. Let's go to Tarkov. Tarkov is the thing that made extraction shooters what it is today. Which there's not a lot of them, but people keep saying it's oversaturated. What the fuck do you mean? When Battle Royales came out, dude, there was like a shit ton of them everywhere. I've seen one? And DMZ is probably the only popular one on console because there is no other extraction shooters on, well, other than Hunt Showdown, but I guess two.
Hey,
so there you go.
There's also that Predator game. That's a good one.
That's not an extraction shooter.
Is it not? Like the goal is to get in, get the mission done, and get out. And then the Predator's goal is to stop them.
I feel like the difference in that's more like a like the Jason, the Friday the 13th game, or the what is the other game? What is that very popular? Dead by Daylight. Because it's like one, like villain versus a bunch of survivors. That's what that is. I don't know what the hell the name of that is. But an extraction shooter is a little bit different because you go in and basically it's the satisfaction of you go in, but if you die, you lose everything that you brought in. But if you leave with a lot of loot, it brings the satisfaction of when you extract, you come back with a lot of good stuff. So it's this like very sweaty, exciting thing. It kind of has that same feeling like when you're at the very end of a battle royale match and you're the last 10 people and you're fighting all those people. You're sweating, you're getting really into the moment. That's what extraction shooters are basically constantly. As soon as you jump in, you can have a ton of loot, but if you die with that, you lose everything. You get one life and you're done. That's like kind of how extraction shooters are. The whole thing is you go in, you get loot, you extract. But if you die with that loot, you lose everything. Or if you bring in loot that you already had into the game and you die, you lose all that. And it's just this satisfaction of like, and how Tarkov keeps it exciting is every season or so, they completely, just like how DMZ is doing right now, they wipe all of your inventory and everything every season and you start fresh. So that when you go back in, you got to kind of get back all that loot. That's an extraction shooter. Rainbow Six Siege is not that. Rainbow Six Siege is you have an objective, you go in, you kill all the enemies, or you save the prisoner, or you go in and you defuse the bomb. That is an objective-based tactical shooter. That is not an extraction shooter. There you go. Just defined it for all you people that do not know the difference. I don't know how that got mixed up. Yes.
Class dismissed. All right, let's run through these last couple ones. I got to get to doing some homework and eating some food. So,
nerd, I'm just joking.
Shut up. Shit's hard. I don't care what your wife says. Shit's not easy.
No, I feel that, dude. I don't know how she said that's easy, dude. I don't blame you.
All
I
right.
can't even speak English correct. So.
None of us can. All right. Spider-Man 2 has got a little bit of information. This was rumored / kind of confirmed, but officially confirmed this week. Spider-Man 2's map will be significantly bigger than the original map. It says here twice the size. Speaking with the director of the game, Brian Inthatar, the map in Marvel Spider-Man 2 will be even bigger. We've added Queens and Brooklyn's to the map. Brooklyn to the map, which makes it roughly twice the size of our previous work, he said. These two neighborhoods are a bit smaller and more residential, so they have a different charm than Manhattan. We have prepared some unexpected situations that we have never seen before, such as battles using the river that runs between the neighborhoods. So please look forward to that, which sounds awesome. Map, like a map diversity, cherry on top of a Spider-Man game.
Hell yeah.
You imagine just running back to like Brooklyn, you have lower, more intimate setting, you know. Oh my god. So good.
Yeah, I can't, dude. I especially again from that trailer, there was a lot more like neighborhoods and stuff. I love that. I want to see more of that. So yeah, I'm pumped. I can't freaking wait, dude. This game, I really can't wait for it to come out.
We're theoretically getting close. I would love to say we're getting close, but we technically don't know when it's coming out yet. So
yeah,
which is the most annoying thing. I just have to shrug my shoulders at all the naysayers out there talking so much shit on this game. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you want from video games. I really don't.
they always talk smack on it, and then they play the game, and then it's like they just shut up.
Yeah, the moment it's like God of War. There was quite a bit of talk. All the bad. The game came out. No one said a fucking word. Like
and
the game comes out
very high.
Yeah.
No one cares about any of these things. Like people always get so upset when a game looks the same. But guess what? Every time they come out, they always are really good, and it blows people away. Tears of the Kingdom, God of War. I mean, now we have Spider-Man. Does anybody care? No. I know it's going to be a great game. I know there's going to be a lot more to do, and I just can't freaking wait. But I did kind of hear recently that supposedly you won't be able to switch between Spider-Man and the open world sections. And it may be set specifically for story moments. Which kind of sucks. But I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. Okay, so I'm not going to say that is 100% fact, but I'm going to hope it's a lie because come on now. You have two Spider-Man and you can literally not switch between them. Like, that would be so cool. So who knows?
Again, maybe it's like, you play as both of them at different sections of the story. So like you're playing as Peter for, the first 4 hours or whatever. And then the next section you play as Miles. And then again, that's not amazing. I mean, even if I'm still sure the game's going to be fantastic and I'm not going to hate on it for that, but I want something a little more next gen from this Spider-Man. And hopefully we get it. If we don't, I'm not going to be disappointed by it, but I'll be a little like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I wanted something different.
Still sad about the co-op thing, man. Oh man, it was so hyped to play as like have you, your friend, one's Miles Morales, one's Peter Parker. You're going through the city together, fighting crime, maybe even doing the main story with each other.
What was crazy to me, and when we got the announcement, it was like we never even thought about it. I'm like, how do you not think about it?
Yeah,
like it wasn't even an option for the game.
And you literally had Miles Morales and you had Peter Parker. Two Spider-Men. What do you mean you didn't think about possibly adding an online mode where you and your buddy could play? Dude, again, people would flip their shit if you had a co-op mode.
Yeah.
Please add it down the line.
I don't know. Maybe once we play the game, the structure of the game.
Maybe we'll get it. Yeah. Maybe we'll get it. But...
maybe we play the game and it's like the way the game's structured. You're like, okay, yeah, no, this couldn't have been co-op the way that they decided to structure this game. But it's still a little bit of a letdown. Who knows? We have no clue what the game is going to be outside of the 15
Doesn't mean the game's going to be bad, but it's just a wish. It's a wish.
All right, let's get through these next two announcements real quick. I just thought this was cool to throw in. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged heading to console this fall. What do you mean for me? You liked it
because you came down here and you started playing. You're really addicted.
Dude, it was so good. I loved it.
I played one race.
I did want to go to the bar. I was like, I just want to play Hot Wheels Unleashed. What's funny, I still haven't even played it here.
That's hilarious.
It was fun. So anyway, that's coming out later this year.
This one does look cool though, because this one looks like there's a lot more like going between different environments. Like that. Did you watch the trailer?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, there's actually a lot more going on with this new one
I'm
where
watching
like
it
you can
now.
go out, you can go into like the backyard and on kitchen tables and shit. It was kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of like kind of like what does it remind me of? You know, what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that
Mod
Mario Kart.
Nation. I was say Mod Nation Racers.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I was gonna think. I was like, I don't think he knows what that is, but
No, I do. That's the made by the Little Big Planet creators, right?
well, it's not made by
Right?
them, but it's like with the Little Big Planet people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's made by oh, the studio that fucking screwed up Destruction All Stars. Who are they? Um, uh,
I don't
I
even
don't
know
know.
the
It
name.
starts with an S, but anyway, the other game. Yeah, this looks cool. I'm watching the trailer. The other game. This one's really cool. 6 days in Fallujah finally gets announcement of the early access coming
Yep.
in June of this year. If you don't know anything, obviously we don't get political on the show. We just want to talk about video games. But this game has gotten more hate than most games I ever know, just based off the content and the subjective nature of what the game is. But anyway, we're excited. It's coming out June 22nd in early access. I'm very interested to see what this game is. Logan and I might check it out. We'll see. It comes out the same day as Final Fantasy 16, so probably not going to check it out that day. Maybe later on down the road we will check it out. But yeah, no, I'm busy on June 22nd. I know I said 16. I realized that. June 22nd it comes out. So those of you that have been wanting to play this game, it's been long delayed, rebooted almost entirely. So I'm excited to see what this is. Logan, you had your
This
hand
game is
raised.
no, dude. This game is very fascinating because I've been following this game for years,
Oh yeah, dude, it was announced
years.
so long ago.
This game was announced like, fuck, I don't even know. So the thing is, that's funny about this game. There's a funny story. Have you ever played Serious Sam 3?
Yeah, I played it when I went over to your place in
Well,
college.
they were the ones that were going to be making this game originally. Which, if you notice and you actually play through Serious Sam 3, it's kind of weird how different it is from like all the other Serious Sam games because they have all these modern guns, the environment, because they were the original people making this game. And so they took all those assets and made Serious Sam 3. So this game has been worked on for a long time now. And yeah, to say the least, this game has been delayed, been through so much freaking developer hell. There was a lot of controversy behind this and everything because it's like the first like bit of the Iraq and Afghanistan war or whatever. And it's like about an area that was very deadly and stuff. I'm very excited because I love this stuff. I really love classic army shooter stuff. I love tactical shooters, especially. For example, Ready or Not. I'm absolutely in love with that game. I still think that game is amazing. And this game looks right up my alley. Looks awesome. Looks super cool. It's like auto generated and everything, and there's a lot more interesting environments and stuff. I hope they have a story campaign come out for it because it'd be super cool, but it's kind of like Insurgency Sandstorm where they were supposed to have a campaign and then they never came out with a campaign. It's just a multiplayer game, so I don't think there is going to be a campaign, but it'd be cool. I'd definitely like to try it out.
Yeah, for a quick
So,
detailed story on this game's events and lifetime, it was originally announced in 2009 and met with a massive wave of controversy from everybody because I think it was just a little too close to the real life events.
yeah.
And then Konami announced they were no longer publishing the game; they had backed out. And then in 2011, after the studio went that was making the game, Atomic Games, which is interesting because they just made that game we all hated, the Russian game.
Russian?
Atomic Hearts.
Oh, God.
Wait, no.
That wasn't them. Let's
Yeah,
say they
no,
made
I'm
their. That
dumb.
was their first game.
Atomic Games
It was
went bankrupt. I just
Squidfish,
said
right?
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Atomic Heart is Squidfish.
Atomic
Whatever it
Games
was, yeah.
went bankrupt, and then the game was put on hold until 2016 was the story. We didn't hear anything until February of 2021, where the game made a surprise comeback and was announced to be in development at Highwire Games. It is now set for early access release, like I said, on June 22nd, coming full circle a mere 12 years after it was originally announced.
Dude, this is the year of super delayed games coming out. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is coming out this year. It's
Oh my
confirmed.
god.
It's
It's
confirmed,
happening.
dude. With how many games have been delayed for years coming out this year, Beyond Good and Evil, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it comes out this year. Because, dude, we've had Dead Island 2. We've had 6 Days of Fallujah now. There was another game. I already forgot it. Oh, Skull and Bones.
That's still not out yet.
Out this year. It's coming out this year. You know it is. They're gonna have to shove that crap out here at some point. It's coming out this year. But yeah, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if Beyond Good and Evil 2 comes out this year at this point because, dude, like, this is so weird seeing some of these very delayed games randomly come out this year. I'm excited though.
I don't understand. Skull and Bones is not ever happening. I still think it's fake. It's like that Days Gone game. Not Days Gone.
Days before? Is it day before?
The day before. Yeah.
The day before. Yeah.
That comes out.
The game looks horrible.
I think it comes out in November, right? I'm so interested to see what.
I don't know, dude. Are they gonna lose the rights to their name again? I swear.
All right. A final news story. We have updated information on the PlayStation Plus Essential and Xbox Game Pass games coming to you for June. Yeah, that's what month we're in. June 2023.
PC, Xbox, Game Pass.
Anyway, the Game Pass games available now: Chicory, A Colorful Tale, and Far World Pioneers on June 1st, which is technically all the way out by the time you're listening to this, is Car Mechanic Simulator 2021, Slayer's X, Terminal Aftermath, Vengeance of the Slayer, that's a fucking name, The Big Con on June 6th, Amnesia, that's not it, Amnesia, The Bunker, and Hypnospace Outlaw. On June 8th, Rune Factory 4 Special Edition, Stacking on June 13th, Dor Dogan, and that's it. The game's leaving Xbox Game Pass on June 15th. Bridge Constructor Portal, Chorus, which is a good game. Maneater, also a good game. Mortal Shell, not as good of a game. Serious Sam 4, apparently a good game. And Total War 3 Kingdoms, not a clue on that game. So, all right, then the PlayStation Plus games, essential games for June of 2023 are as followed. NBA 2K23, Jurassic World Evolution 2, and Trek to Yomi will be available starting June 6th. What do you got?
On PlayStation?
On both of them.
Oh, you said all the Xbox ones? Man, I guess I missed most of them.
I already read through them all.
You did? Oh, damn. Okay.
There's not a lot, honestly. There's not a whole lot.
Not gonna lie, this has been a kind of boring or lame month for most games. They're releasing both, to be honest. The only one that's kind of cool, again, is Amnesia: The Bunker. Again, not a game I'm going to play, but a game I'm for sure going to probably watch someone play, because I do enjoy watching people play Amnesia. It's very interesting.
You want to talk about a month in video games? We could very easily get 390 overall games this month. Well, Diablo's an 89, but it's bouncing back and forth right now. I'm going to call it a 90. Yeah. But, dude, Street Fighter 6, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 16. What a month in video games. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, that would be... No, wait, Street Fighter came out in May. Towards the end of May.
Nope, June 2nd. It came out 1 day ago, dude.
Why did I see it came out? I thought it came out in May. Huh. I was wrong. I think. Possibly.
Oh, and then Crash Team Rumble. That's a big one. Destroy All Humans Reprobed comes out in June.
Reprobed?
It says single player here, so I guess, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you're right. June 1st. Okay. Huh. I don't know why I saw like May 31st or something like that, or whatever it was, but...
Anyway. Dude, I don't know. Okay. Look at... It says... Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed, single player on PS4 and Xbox One. June 27th. Don't know what the fuck's going on there, but... Alright, anyway. Yeah, pretty down month. NBA 2K3. NBA 2K23, I mean, that's a high-quality video game. I don't play sports games, but, and then Trek to Yomi, I always wanted to check out, even though it did get underwhelming reviews. So, alright. That's it for the news, guys. Let us know down below what you thought about this week's news stories, you know. Were you excited about MetaQuest 3? What do you think about Redfall? Again, haven't heard anybody say anything about Redfall out there, so let us know if anybody even played that game. I'm going to play Spider-Man 2. Because we can't wait for it. So we're going to go now to Let's Talk Reviews, also known as LTR. This week, again, big week, big month. So, starting out the week, a Logan game that he picked on his Fantasy Critic game comes in. System Shock Remake, launched on PC and got a 76 on OpenCritic and Metacritic. Etrian Odyssey Origins Collections, 79. Killer Frequency, 76. Street Fighter 6, 92.
92.
Amazing. Super Mega Baseball 4, 74, Doomblade, 79, Decarnation, 77, and the Tartarus Key, 66. Man, Street Fighter.
I'm a little annoyed about System Shock because everyone I've watched on this have said this is like one of the great, like a really great remake to the game, adding a lot. But then I read all the reviews and everyone's like, it's too similar.
Of course it is, right?
Because then people get mad if it's too different. So what do you want?
Well, fuck, that's like me with Minecraft Legends. I have 0 points for that game.
Yeah, dude, I'm kind of frustrated about because System Shock, dude, has been really hyped up. It's a very popular game from way back, and dude, go look at it compared to what it used to look like. It looks way better. They've added a lot to it.
Bids just
And
went
here we
in.
are.
I got Immortals of Avium. Bids went in.
Oh, I didn't even know that was on. Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Oh, good for you.
I think it's gonna score pretty well. I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
I watched a lot of previews and people said it's pretty darn good. It plays a lot like Doom.
yeah, that's what I was expecting. It kind of looked like Doom Eternal in a sense, and that's cool. But it has more of like a story. It's more story.
Oh yeah, it's very
Yeah.
story driven, which is why I've made a decision. Honestly, I'm gonna wait for reviews. But in my head right now, if reviews come in the good, day one. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious, especially because it's the first third-party Unreal Engine 5 game to come out, and I'm very curious to see how good it looks.
What I'm interested in
We've
is all of our list. We only have 2 open spots. DJ's got 1 open spot.
That's fair.
What if Xbox comes in with a bunch of bangers? You're gonna have to give up some stuff. We got 3 drops. No one's used
Well,
a
I can't
drop
get
yet.
rid of anything.
You can.
I've used a drop.
Oh, you did use a
I've
drop?
dropped Wolf Among Us 2.
That's right, you did.
Yeah, sadly. Because I can't drop what is it called? Lords of the Fallen. Because I tried to look that up, you can't drop it. So that sucks. Because well, actually, no. Since I can't drop again because I tried to drop and it showed up games, but I guess I can't drop counter picks because it doesn't show any counter picks.
Well, that really
So
sucks.
I'm stuck with that game. Dude,
I hope
that
Exo
game
Prime
scores
wasn't
well.
good.
Dude, I'm hurting on the Lords of Fallen, dude, because I'm like, that game doesn't look bad. So I think it's probably gonna be either high 70s or low 80.
All I know is, man, some of my games gotta start scoring, or Worthy's gonna run away with this thing, dude.
I know.
He's hitting banger after banger. All right.
I just want to start having games released for me because that's where
I have a whole
haven't had
bunch.
a lot of games released. Yeah, I literally have the least. Like I have like what 3 games that have been released since the beginning of this year on my list.
By the way,
Still, oh, you know what?
still-
I forgot
still
to
fuck
add to
Jimquisition.
my Xbox predictions. I think Lies of P is gonna be there. I forgot about that game. That's a third-party game I think is going to show up.
I'm yawning because I don't
want-
give a shit.
That's fair. But yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, it does look cool. All right, let's go quickly to out this week because frankly, there's not that much. There's just one big one. So out this week, this is the games that you get to play this week if you are so inclined. So here we go. On June 6th, Diablo 6. That's not right. Diablo 4 and on and Amnesia the Bunker. On June 8th, Harmony, The Fall of Reverie, and MotoGP 23. And that is your week in video games. Mr. Birdman, do you have anything?
Sweet. Sure Diablo 4 is a big thing for a lot of people out there. That'll probably be a game kind of like Street Fighter 6 I get way down the line.
Yeah.
Because I like Diablo 4 from the beta I played, the open beta. It's cool. And I like Diablo 3. I played quite a bit of it, but it's not a game I like have to play day one. So yeah, I'm excited. It's hype.
Reviews are raving. Sitting at an 89 right now.
Can't wait to see those microtransactions going.
That is one thing that a lot of the reviewers said is the store wasn't live, so Blizzard sent them a screenshot of what the store looked like and what the prices looked like. I'm like, oh yeah, because that's believable.
I know.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
I'm gonna believe a
'Cause that-
screenshot.
Dude, I'm sure it's gonna be god awful, which is so dumb because that game costs $70, and yet you're going to give them microtransactions with like stupid shit. Ugh, I hate it, man.
We will certainly see. All right, man, let's get the hell out of here. What do you think? Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
this brings us to the end of our show. Everyone who's going to be watching or listening, we just want to take this time, as always, and thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Without your support, we could not be doing what we're trying to do here, but please help us to continue to grow by telling everyone out there that you know who has the slightest appreciation for all things pop culture, that they have some friends waiting to talk all sorts of fandoms with them. We would greatly appreciate it. Mr. Birdman, any last words?
See you guys in the next episode of the XP podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, a lot of good surprises, I feel like, here. I know, well, no, it's a pretty interesting week, actually.
Yeah.
Especially for me. I think the biggest thing for me is the Quest 3. I, for some reason, just totally forgot or didn't know that they were going to have a showcase. So I had a good surprise on YouTube when I randomly seen Quest 3 announced, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, I can't wait for the Quest 3. So if you are just as excited as I am for the new Quest 3, comment down below, because I'm very pumped for it. Can't wait. Especially just love seeing more VR games. So I'm happy to see it was a pretty good showcase in general. Wasn't great, which by the way, if we're gonna review it, I'm gonna give it a C. So because it's okay. Other than that, you guys see us in the next XP podcast.
What are you
Back
laughing
to you,
at?
Mike. I don't know. I thought you were looking at me weird. I was like,
No,
all
I
right.
was just listening.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna put a score on it because I didn't watch it. I just watched the trailers. Anyway, yeah,
That's fine.
guys, thank you. Keep it locked to the experience point. We got quite a bit of content coming to you. Like I said, at the end of this week, we'll give you our live reaction to the Summer Game Fest and everything that it has. The next week, you're gonna get our spoiler cast for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Logan's gonna see it tomorrow, and I can't wait to talk to him about it. So look forward to that. And then just a couple days after that, we're going to get our live reaction to the Xbox Game Showcase and Starfield Presents. So we got a lot of content coming to you guys. Keep it with us. Keep it locked. We can't wait to talk to you. Once again, thanks everyone for listening and following along with us. This has been another episode of the XP Podcast brought to you by Logan and Mike of The Experience Point. I hope everyone has a great week. And as always, talk to you all in the next one. See you.
See ya.